Yeah.
Yes, good afternoon teachers. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Okay. Sir Jambi, magandang hapon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Narinig naman ba ako? Naka-record ba tayo? Siyempre yung mga tanong ngayon. Kung
Naririnig
naka
kita, don't worry. So, very possible na pareho tayong hindi pala naririnig.
Sana narinig tayo. Teachers, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and welcome to our session for today. And we're just going to nandila, hintayin natin, no?
Wow!
Of
Palakpakan po
course, no,
natin.
Teacher Pao, okay? Joining us as well today. Good afternoon, Teacher Pao. At marami tayong magandang balita no, para sa araw na to, Teacher Sir Jumpy, no, at saka Teacher
Yes,
Pao.
of
Pero
course.
siguro, unahin na muna natin, no, batiin na kagad natin ng isang magandang hapon po, no, na isang magandang araw, although medyo kulimlim dito sa amin sa Antipolo. Mukhang uulan. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat, teachers. No? So siguro we can start with a short shout out, no? Sir Jambi and Teacher Pao, to our audience right now who have been here as early as 1:30 p.m. Nandito na po silang lahat.
1:30.
Yes. So unahin natin ang pinakauna, no, na sa taas natin. Syempre baka makalimutan natin siya, no. Good afternoon po to Teacher Jeter Adelan. Okay, sa taas yun, no.
Jeter
Syempre,
Adelan.
ako. Yes, and of course, bati ko na rin, no? Gusto ko syempre, favorite, ano ko talaga to, si Miss Rose Malin L. Rosel, okay? Good afternoon, yes, at solid team Google, pero parang konti na lang, no? Mapapalipat. Parang ito na yung episode na will make or break yung relationship ni Miss Rose Malin with Google.
Hindi, actually, anyway. Sir Franco, yun ang alam mo.
na hindi pa. Yung pala tapos na.
Pinapaniwala namin sa'yo. Pero actually matagal na.
First episode pa lang pala, no, nahigit na. Teachers, by the way, bago tayo magpatuloy, please paki-share po ang ating link, okay? Para po mas maka-invite po tayo ng mga mas madaming viewers, okay, teachers, educators, okay, for our session today because it's really a packed afternoon. Okay, go ahead, Sir Jambi. Let's continue with our shout out.
Yes, pinapasalamatan.
Salamat.
Kasi I want to say thank you sana kay Miss Rose Malin kasi nakita ko siya nung was that Wednesday, Sir Franco? Wednesday 'yun, Wednesday.
Yes.
Tapos sobrang nakakagaan ng loob pala pag may nakikita kang familiar na pangalan sa ibang webinar.
So congratulations nga pala, Sir Jambi.
Congrats.
Sa napakagandang session sa DICT, no? Communication and Distance Learning. Sobrang ganda ng session na yan. Okay? Congrats ulit, Sir Jambi. Totoo, nandun si Miss Rose Malinche. Cheering with you, no? Cheering for you.
So, thank you, Miss Rose Malin. And binabati natin si Ms. Mary Ana Rosario Directo na may pagbati ng congratulations, Teacher Pao, as MIE trainer. Ayan, mamaya pag-usapan pa natin yan ng matagal. Si Sir Orlando A. Joven Jr., palagi din natin kasama yan, from SDO Pasig Santa Lucia High School. And finally, Hitesh Kumar Sharma. Ayan, I do hope you can.
He's always here.
Really?
Yeah, he's always watching us.
Ayan. So, we will try our best for you to understand us. Ayan. Or learn Filipino, why not, diba? It's a language. It's a beautiful language to learn. So, maraming salamat po for joining us this afternoon.
Yep. All right. Okay. So, we also would like to greet Sir Joseph, Miss Ara, Ma'am Lilibeth, Ma'am Susanay, Ma'am Maui Sakdalan, Sir Lord Alcomendras, Miss M.A. Abigan. Yan. I think si Miss M.A. Abigan parating nandyan eh. Nakikita ko rin siya parate. Sir Julius Cesar Ontalan. Oo. Sir Irish, Ma'am Irish Lynn Nengasca, Ma'am Rosaline Daclan, and Sir Romel Rosita, ayan, from San Luis, Batangas. I think Sir Romel parating nandyan.
Wow.
Always din, always. Wala pang absent yata si Sir Romel, no? And of course, tuloy natin yan kay Miss Ria de la Cruz. Good afternoon. Zeph's official. Miss Jillian Fuentes pala siya. Miss Jillian Fuentes. Miss Vicky Yap. Sir Jambi. Si Miss Vicky
Ang
Yap
layo
yata yung
naman
isang
yun.
winner natin. Si Miss Vicky Yap yata yung isa sa mga winners natin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
May
Miss
contact natin
Vicky,
siya.
please
Yes.
do send us a message. Kahit kay Sir Franco na lang po, send him a message. We just need your details so that we can send you your ano. Sobrang tagal
Your
na na.
prize. Opo, yes. Okay.
But it's here. It's actually behind yung price po ninyo.
Correct.
Yes, and of course, to Sir Kenneth Harvey Samante, Diosdado Kibir, Simeona Delphine, Susana Relio, Rielin Pahilagot, and of course, and si Miss Jillian Fuentes, and Miss Lerma Villaronte.
Ayan, madami-dami. Ma'am Aida Ramirez Martinez, Ma'am Yolanda Iya from Dasmariñas, Cavite, Miss April, Ma'am Roda Golanco, Ma'am Lucia Lumitxiao from Thailand.
Wow.
All right. Okay, Miss Sharon Candelaria, Ma'am Ruby May, Ma'am Gemma Benelada, and Ma'am Nandini Sids, I suppose from another country again. Yan. Ma'am Mira Ramos from La Union. So, strike everywhere ang kaagapay today. Yes. All right. Yan, Sir Jambi.
We also would like to greet Sir Julio Tambio, Williana Bato, watching from Bukod, Benguet. Wow. Yeah, si Sir Manny. Hello po. Tama si Pastor Manny yan, ano, Sir? Bro?
Yes.
Ayan,
Correct.
Pastor Manny. Hello, hello. All the way from Imus City, Cavite. Sir Dennis J. Gumbok, watching from Imus National High School, SDO, Imus City. Miss Sheila Marie Echanes from, layo nito, oh. Antipolo. Nakapunta ka na ba, bro? Antipolo. Kapit-bahay lang natin.
Oo.
Medyo traffic dyan eh.
Dyan lang pala.
Miss Angela Elaine L. Jacinto, Miss Des Tolentino, Sir Jesse Perez, Miss Rizel Celestial, and, si Miss Angelina Carpio Reyes. Hello, hello po sa inyong
Yes.
lahat.
Hi, Miss Angie. Always na, Miss Angie. Now, teachers, good afternoon again to everyone. Of course, we'll just, again, continue later on greeting you so that we could proceed to our afternoon session for today. Pero before tayo mag-proceed, no, to our, to the culmination, no, to the conclusion of our wonderful June series, kay gusto muna naming ibahagi sa inyo ang isang, ilan sa mga napakagandang balita, no, para sa araw na ito. At actually, hindi lang para sa araw na ito, para sa linggong ito, no? Okay? So, una-una na dyan, Sir Jambi, samahan natin, no, si Teacher Pao, no? Bati kay Teacher Pao bilang bagong MIE trainer, no? So, maraming congratulations, Teacher Pao, and maraming salamat for always pushing the envelope and
Sir Franco, bahagi ng kanyang pagiging MIE trainer ay binibitawan na niya yung pagiging kanyang Google certified.
Yan naman tayo eh.
Ayan ang bossing ko. Si Ma'am Jinky. Siya talaga. Sorry, buddy.
Yan na, nagbabasa na yung magkakakampi, no? So again, congratulations, Teacher Pao, no? And we're looking forward to all the trainings, no? At madami yan, no? So again, feeling ko nga magtatayo ng sariling group si Miss Jinky at si Teacher Pao, no? So abangan po natin yung
take over. Take over. Magte-take over.
Pine-prepare ko na yung sarili ko, no? Actually, marami nag-aabang sa YouTube channel ni Miss Jinky, no? So, nag-abangan po natin, no? Baka yung ipa-project namin yan. Okay? And of course, teachers, it's also an honor to share with you that we have sent yet another financial aid to school, okay? At Oriental in Oriental Mindoro. This is Naswak Hatubuan High School. This is a newly founded school, no? Ito lang 2021 lang, I think, or 2020, no? This is a school for the Mangyan people in Oriental Mindoro, so for the indigenous people of Oriental Mindoro. So they're building makeshift classrooms, and I'm glad to say na itong perang ibinigay natin ay gagamitin para sa mga walls ng classroom na to. So nandun na, meron ng wall ang Kaagapay Teacher Support sa
Thank you, Batch 2.
Yes. And
Galing,
yun pa na
galing.
Sir Jambi, Teacher Pau, and Miss Jinky, no, we're also committing printers and bond papers for Naswa Katubuan High School as they begin their year, no, para
Magkano
makapag-prepare
kaya
sila
ano,
lalo.
no? Saan ko magkano kaya ang paggawa ng ano, kunyari, isang buong classroom? More or less
Sir
magkano kaya yun?
Jambi, based on our conversation, yung buong sang classroom na pinapagawa nila ngayon is around 500,000. No? Makeshift lang to, Sir Jambi, no? Bakit ganun kamahal? Kasi yung traveling, yung transport expenses, kasi
Oh my
itong
goodness.
Naswa Katubuan High School, ito yung mga classic remote schools na kailangan mong tumawid ng ilog, mga bundok, no? Para makapunta ka doon. Okay? So, if you visit their page, Naswa Katubuan High School, you will see yung mga pictures ng mga teachers nila traveling mountains, rivers, okay, just to get to the place, no, of the Mangyan people. Okay, so that's why we're going to continue sending help, no. And of course, okay, wag nating kalimutan din, gusto rin nating batiin ng isang yan.
Yay!
Yes, congratulations, no. Teachers po ay isa rin, bukod sa siyempre gusto natin congratulate si Jambi, no, isa rin po ay isang panawagan sa lahat, no, na magpabakuna po tayo. Okay? Ito po kasi ay hindi lang para sa ating own safety, safety rin to ng ating pamilya at ng mga tao sa paligid natin. Kami pong apat ngayon dito, I'm glad to say we're all vaccinated with our first dose na. No? And waiting, I think, Sir Teacher Pao, first dose ka pa rin ba or second dose ka na?
Yes, first dose.
First
July
dose.
16 yung second dose. Yan.
Yes. So teachers, kami po lahat ay fully first dose vaccinated. We're waiting for our second dose para po makatulong tayo sa ating bansa in terms of approaching that herd immunity. Yan. Okay? So yan po mga magagandang balita, no, para sa araw na ito, no. So siguro proceed na tayo sa session natin para sa araw na to, Sir Jambi, Sir
Ganda
Teacher
rin
Pao, no?
segue.
And yes, after so many segue. Siguro hingan natin si Miss Jinky. Miss Jinky, would you like to give us an overview of the session for today? Mga tools na pag-uusapan natin para sa araw na ito.
Okay, ayan. So, for today, the last installment of our June series, which talks about the different applications of Office 365. So, aptly titled po siya, Sparking Creativity. So, we have 3 applications to show to you, to share to you. Most likely, ang PowerPoint ay hindi na po bago sa inyo, no? But I think, yung Sway po natin at yung OneNote natin, ayan, ay yung mga kaabang-abangan natin, no? Makikita natin na madami na namang madadagdag sa ating kumbaga yung mga bala natin. Yan, kung paano natin mapapakita yung creativity natin whenever we have to teach our students. So we will be talking about PowerPoint, Sway, and then OneNote. So yung PowerPoint, I think it will be more on advanced na din siya kahit papano kasi syempre marunong na po tayo halos gumamit, no, ng PowerPoint. But then the Sway and the OneNote, no, would be more on the fundamentals po talaga. Ayan. Tapos titignan natin kung mapipush din ulit natin si Sir Franco na magkaroon din ng mga ng mga walkthroughs nito, no, depende na rin sa need ng ating mga teachers. So hopefully magustuhan ninyo itong 3 applications na ipapakita namin sa inyo for today. Actually, Sir Franco, ito na ata, no? Ito na yung magpapasway sa kanila. Papunta. Go to the back. Go out na siya.
Left the room. Sir Franco left the room.
Franco Adon left the room.
Oh my God.
Oo. Sana makabalik ka pa, buddy. Paramdam ka, ha? Ayan. So, super, super, super excited na tayo. So, hindi na natin to patatagalin, no? So, we are going to introduce our first speaker. Ayan. Our first speaker for today, she's a junior high school ICT teacher at Imus National High School, SDOCT of Imus, Cavite. She is currently taking up her master's degree in industrial education major in educational technology at the Technological University of the Philippines. So talagang maalam siya sa technology, ano?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she also earned various awards and recognition, such as National Certificate to Technical Drafting and SMAW and Trainers Methodology. Because of trainings and speaking engagements, she was recognized as a Microsoft Innovative Educator. Mga kaagapay, let us all welcome teacher Caroline Rose L. Kamet.
Hello po, good afternoon po sa ating lahat, Sir Jambi, Ma'am Jiki, and Ma'am Pao. And
Hello.
kabagang viewers po.
Yan. Okay. Teacher
Okay.
Caroline, pwede mo ba kaming bigyan ng ano? Kasi I'm sure our teachers are really very eager to know more about the very, very familiar PowerPoint. Yan. Ano ba ang maaasahan namin today?
Well, thank you, ma'am. Well, actually, PowerPoint po talagang in demand yan, lalong-lalo na po ngayong pandemic because we usually use it para sa presentation ng ating lesson. Pero more than that, marami po akong ipapakitang pictures na pwede niyo po maggamit in order for you to create an effective presentation. So mamaya po ipapakita po natin lahat ninyo.
Alright. Ma'am Jinky and Sir Jambi, game na tayo kay Ma'am Caroline, ano?
Yes.
So, yes, we give the floor now to Teacher Caroline.
Good po.
Wala pa.
Thank you po. So, allow me to share my screen, ma'am and sir. So, good afternoon po sa ating lahat. Today po, we'll be discussing one of the greatest tool na I can offer to you, and that is the Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay? So, first thing to consider is, alam natin na si PowerPoint po talaga has something to do to level up yung presentation po natin, no? But, kailangan lang po talaga nating explore or i-maximize the use of PowerPoint. And what are we going to expect for today's session is to make a video lesson using PPT or PowerPoint presentation. So, usually, whenever we are going to create video lesson, we usually think of other applications na kung saan talaga it requires training because there are different buttons, there are different features na talaga medyo mahirap talaga siyang gamitin. So, therefore, Microsoft PowerPoint really resolved that problem because with the easy steps and procedure, we can easily create video lesson. Okay? So, hindi ko na patatagalin pa, but bago tayo mag-proceed dun sa procedure in making video lessons is, let me go sa ayan. So, let's talk about Office 365 and 2019 or older version of Microsoft PowerPoint now. And when we hear Office 365, naku, ito po yung latest version po natin ng Office or Microsoft Office. And the subscription, it is a subscription-based version of the Microsoft Office Suite. Unlike dito sa ating 2019 version or older version, it is sold as one-time purchase, which means you pay a single and then it is dedicated to one client or one computer. Compared dito sa Office 365, if I'm not mistaken, si Office 365, pwede natin i-install yan up to 5 clients. Okay, so sa desktop, sa laptop, and the devices, other devices. And to differentiate yung Office 365 and Office 2019 or older versions po ng ating PowerPoint, syempre po mas upgraded po si 365 since latest version po siya. And there are different features na talagang pwede nating gamitin to utilize and then talagang makakatulong sa atin, no, to be able to create a wonderful, to spice up the presentation para at least maging enjoyable, maging fun, interactive yung ating presentation. More than that, pag sinabi natin kasing PowerPoint, usually, ang ginagamit natin is yung mga ini-install po natin sa desktop. Okay? Pero po, let us talk about yung online and offline version. Actually, si Microsoft PowerPoint po, pwede po natin gamitin yan online. So, you can create presentation right in your browser. So, all you have to do is to go to office.com, click the PowerPoint, and then create new blank document, or you may start with a template or existing template, or kung meron kayo existing file. Okay, katulad po nito. So again, go to your browser and then type in yung office.com. And then look for the logo of the PowerPoint. And then you may start clicking kung ano yung gusto nyo i-click. Yung blank document, existing themes, or di kaya yung meron kayong existing na presentation na po. So, ganun lang po siya kadali. And as you notice, dito sa ating screen, no, hindi naman po siya talaga nalalayo doon sa installed version natin sa desktop. Yun nga lang, to differentiate, may mga features po talaga na hindi natin makikita sa online compare sa desktop. So, ano po ba ang purpose ng online? At bakit po nagkaroon ng online? Mamaya, bibigyan ko po kayo ng scenario. But, let's move. Okay? Let's talk about yung desktop mode. Okay? So, dito, alam natin kung paano po ito gamitin, no? Kasi talagang ito yung ginagamit natin in order for us to present our lesson in our online classes, di ba? And then you can create presentations once you installed it sa inyong desktop. But how are we going to install it? Ito po yan. So you have to sign in your Microsoft login credentials sa office.com. You have to look for the Office install, click it, and then follow the instruction na nakalagay po sa ating screen. Ganun lang po siya kadali. Okay? And then, after following all the instructions, and then pwede na nating gamitin at i-maximize yung use ng PowerPoint. Okay? So, more than that, okay, dun pa lang tayo sa online and offline version ng ating PowerPoint is, bakit po ba nagkaroon ng online? Okay? Okay na naman si offline. Okay? I will be giving you a scenario. So, kung halimbawa, ako po, I created my presentation sa desktop ko, okay? Yung naka-install sa aking desktop, yung Microsoft application ko na naka-install sa desktop. And then, may isang scenario na kung saan kailangan kong isend yung presentation sa aking co-teacher. Halimbawa, kailangan na, no? Kaso, wala ako sa bahay, nasa malayong lugar ako, nagbabakasyon na ako, gano'n. So, ano pong pwede kong solution for it na para ma-resolve ko na isend ko yung presentation sa co-teacher ko right away, hindi na ako babalik pa sa bahay, no? So, yung purpose ng online is to give us yung yung point na kung saan magkaroon tayo ng access doon sa ating presentation kahit hindi natin dun ginawa sa specific device yung ating presentation. But how? Paano po mangyayari yon? Okay? It is with the use of yung OneDrive. Si OneDrive po yung nagiging gateway natin para ma-access natin yung ating presentation kahit nasa ang lupalop tayo ng mundo. Okay? But kailangan you make it sure that the presentation ay dapat naka-save po ito sa ating OneDrive. Okay? So, automatically kasi talagang kapag gumagawa tayo ng presentation sa ating desktop or naka-install po dun sa desktop natin or desktop mode ng PowerPoint presentation is nagpapan talaga na sa OneDrive natin siya ma-save. No? Pero, make it sure na dun na talaga natin sinisave. Kasi minsan tayo, we usually save it to other location, di ba? Pero, yan, ito yung solution natin, the OneDrive, which is the cloud storage. So, I think it has 5 gigabytes storage capacity. So, if you want more than that, pwede tayong bumili. Okay? Next, so therefore, meron tayong chance to connect desktop and the desktop mode and yung web-based natin ng PowerPoint. It is by the use of OneDrive. Okay? So, leading to this, yung connection na sinasabi natin, no? And then, paano po mangyayari yon? Siyempre, number one dyan, you should have internet connection. So without internet connection, we cannot be able to access yung ating presentation sa OneDrive. Okay? Now, with the internet connection na available dito sa atin, OneDrive, connection dito sa desktop and the web-based. So therefore, may mag-came up na question, is it possible kaya na magkaroon ng collaboration, okay, using PowerPoint? So, my answer is yes. Okay? So, through PowerPoint presentation, we can be able to collaborate in real time. So, Microsoft call it as co-authoring. So, it lets people work on a presentation together anywhere in the world. So, kahit saang lupalok, basta connected sa internet. Okay? So, paano po yan? Pwede siya sa desktop, pwede yan sa online version ng PowerPoint. Basta connected siya sa internet. Okay? So, how? Ito po yung procedure po natin. So, first thing, punta tayo sa PowerPoint po natin. Okay? And all you have to do is go dito sa side nito. We will be looking, or we should look for share and comments. Okay? So, as you see, meron tayo ditong share button and comments. Yung share button lets us to share this particular presentation sa other people. So, once I've clicked share button, may magpa-prompt po na dialog or window. And as you can see, ayan, tinatawag po siyang send link window. And in this way, we can be able to check yung ating setting. So, if you want to send it sa other specific people with existing access, or di kaya sa specific organization, or anyone with the link. And then, you also have the ability para i-allow sila na i-edit yung presentation or hindi. Okay? Another thing is, you can also type in yung email address and be able to, yan, see the settings if gusto mo ba siyang i-edit yung presentation or in view mode lang. Good thing here, yung ability ng PowerPoint po kasi, so in real-time collaboration, kapag if you allow the other people to edit your presentation, usually makikita natin yung mga pangalan nila na nag-work doon sa ating presentation. Okay? And aside from that, we can also send our link sa ating Outlook, okay, account, and you may copy the link and send it to our student or sa ating mga teacher. Okay? So, in any means para ma-reach out natin sila at ma-send natin yung link. Ibig sabihin, we have the ability, okay, or capability para ma-check kung sino lang yung pwedeng mag-view or kung sino lang yung pwedeng mag-edit ng ating presentation. Okay? So, yan. More than that po is, we also have comments dito. Okay? So, baka hindi po natin sila napapansin, pero napakalaking bagay po ng comments. Why? It simply helps us to, ayan, give us time or space para ma-send po natin yung mga concern natin doon sa specific presentation natin, di ba? So, for an example is, doon sa specific presentation, meron kang ka-collaborate na co-teacher, and then you have concern na gusto mong palitan yung presentation, yung particular slide, baguhin yung content, and etc. So, you can be able to address it right away. Okay? And isa pang pinakamagandang feature po nito is pwede mong i-highlight yung tao kung sino yung gusto mong patunguhan ng or i-address yung inyong yung concern, no? Katulad po nito. Okay? So, gagamitin lang natin yung @ symbol. Okay? So, yan. Actually, napakaganda po talaga ng feature ng PowerPoint na to. Okay? Kasi it simply helps us to collaborate to other people kahit nasa comfort po tayo ng ating mga bahay. Okay? Pero dapat syempre lagi po tayong online kasi hindi po natin ito magagamit kung wala po tayong internet connection po. Okay? So, pwede po ito sa online and desktop mode. Next is, so I've talked about those stuff. So, napakarami po, no? Bukod doon is, nasabi ko po na we can be able to share educational materials gamit po ng PowerPoint. Yes, of course. As always, lagi natin ginagawa yan, no? Pero may iba pa po palang paraan para ma-utilize natin yung PowerPoint, and that is to create video lesson. So there are two ways in order for us to create video lessons in PowerPoint. So number one is screen recording. So screen recording allows us to record our computer screen. So it really helps us to record yung screen natin kahit mag-jump tayo sa other program. Talagang na-record niya. And simply, it allows us to select a particular area lamang kung ano yung gusto nating i-record. Okay, so parang napi-filter talaga natin kung ano yung gusto natin i-record. Later, ipapakita natin kung paano yung procedure na yan. Okay? And then, number two is by using record slideshow. So, it allows us to record narrations, yung mga gestures natin, yung mga inks. Pwede tayong gumamit ng inks to annotate our presentation, and then yung laser pointer and lahat ng animation. Okay, pwede nating ma-record dito sa ating record slideshow. But to compare yung dalawang yan, yung record slideshow focuses doon sa ating PowerPoint presentation. So, screen recording, it's simply screencast. Ibig sabihin, kung ano po yung lumabas sa ating screen, yun po yung mahagit, okay, ng ating video. Alright? So, yan ha. Meron na tayong dalawa palang option para makapag-create tayo ng video lesson kasi isa yan sa mga good way para at least mas lalo nating mas lalo tayong magkaroon ng ibang paraan, okay, to share our knowledge, to share extra resources sa ating co-teacher or di kaya sa ating mga estudyante. Okay? So now, let's talk about screen recording. Okay? Paano po ba tayo pupunta sa screen recording? So, ito po yung tatandaan natin. Let's go sa insert. Okay? Insert tab. Okay? And then, dapat, after insert tab, punta po tayo sa yan, media group. And then, look for screen recording. And then, after clicking the screen recording, magpa-prompt po yung mga buttons na ito. Actually, itong mga buttons na ito, dapat talaga familiar po tayo dito because it really helps para ma-navigate natin easily yung ating screen. Alright? So, let us talk about the following buttons na nandito. So, number one is record pointer. So, it allows us to capture yung cursor natin kahit tayo ay nag-screencast, okay, or nag-screen recording. And then, as you notice, naka-highlight po siya. It means siya ay activated. Okay? And the next one is the audio. Si audio naman po, it allows us para marinig yung boses natin. Okay? Kahit tayo ay gumagawa ng task or kung ano man yung ginagawa natin sa ating screen. Okay? So, since as you can see, hindi siya highlighted, meaning hindi siya activated. Okay? Next is the select area. Ito po yung select area na sinasabi ko. So, if you click the select area, kasi kailangan talaga may select natin yung select area para malaman niya kung ano lang i-capture ng screen. Okay? So, we also have here the stop button and the start record. Okay? So, yan. Na-familiarize na natin yung different buttons here, right? So, what are we going to do is kapag start na natin yung recording, magpa-prompt na 3 seconds and then mag-start na po tayo mag-recording. Okay? So later, ipapakita ko po sa inyo in actual. Okay? And next, let's go sa record slideshow. Okay? So paano po tayo pupunta sa record slideshow? So open your PowerPoint presentation and then go to slideshow tab and then look for record this slideshow. And as you click the drop-down arrow, so magpa-prompt po yung dalawang buttons na yan. Okay? So record from current slide po ba? Or record from the beginning. So it is up to you to select kung ano yung pipiliin natin. Okay? But usually we start from the beginning, kaya record from the beginning. Okay? So yeah. So next. This is what will prompt kapag na-click na natin yung start from the beginning or record from the beginning. So let us first familiarize with the following button here. As you can see, this is the recording window. Okay? It is simply similar to presenter view. Okay? And yung dalawang to, yung mga navigation tools po natin or navigation arrow helps us to move yung slide natin from the previews and up to the next slide. Okay? And then the next one is here. This is where we can see yung time spent natin sa specific slide and the overall presentation. Okay? Next is here. We can be able to annotate our slide. So simply, pwede tayong gumamit ng mga markers to mark a line, a shape, to draw a shape, and then we can also change the color. And we can also use a pointer to point yung specific words, okay, and etc. And next is the three buttons here. So, ito ay ginagamit natin to toggle on and off yung audio, the video, and the camera preview. Okay? Next is the settings. Sa settings naman, it helps us to change yung settings natin when it comes to audio, when it comes to video, kasi sometimes we usually use different camera and audio po, di ba? Or yung mga headset po natin, minsan iba po yung ginagamit natin. Next is clear. Si clear naman po ginagamit natin in order to delete a specific narration. It is bahala po kayo kung ano yung gusto nyong i-delete, no? It is up to you kasi may two options po dyan. Makikita nyo po mamaya. Pwedeng current slide, pwedeng lahat ng narration natin all throughout our presentation. And then, ito po yung isa sa pinakamaganda dito, okay? Yung notes, okay? Notes here simply allows us to put yung mga scripts po natin para hindi po natin makalimutan. Pero, mga teachers, yung notes po dito, hindi po basta-basta makikita yan sa ating video. So, yan po yung isa sa pinakamagandang feature po ng ating PowerPoint, okay? And the three buttons here allows us to start recording, stop recording, and then do a replay. Okay, so once we click the red button here or press R sa ating keyboard, we will start recording na ng ating presentation. Okay, so we familiarize the following buttons mula dun sa screen recording up to this record slideshow. So now, this is the time to do the actual. So, tulungan niyo po ako na, wait lang po Ayan. Wait lang po. So, where is my presentation? Ayan. So, for an example, is I will be creating a new presentation po. Okay? So, ito yung isa sa mga good feature ng ating PowerPoint po. Okay? So, if ever you are thinking of creating a presentation, minsan kasi ang hirap talaga mag-create ng mga designs. So, si PowerPoint, siya nang bahalang mag-create ng design for you. So, paano po yan? For an example, my topic is creating formula in Excel. Okay? So, with the use of design ideas, okay, ayan, wait lang po natin. Yan. So, as you can see, there are available na template po na pwede nating magamit okay, automatically si PowerPoint po ang nagsasuggest niyan. Pero hindi po natin siya magagamit once na ang ating desktop is not connected to the internet, okay? And let us, halimbawa, ito na lang example natin, no? Ayan, automatically lalabas po siya dito. And then, create another slide, and then magsasuggest na naman po siya ng panibagong template. So now, for us to have an actual demonstration about dun sa screen recording, go tayo dito sa insert. Okay, insert, tab, and then go sa screen recording. And then as you can see, lalabas po yung mga buttons na ito. Okay, and then yung select area. Okay, yung select area, importante po yan para ma-select natin yung particular na screen. But for now, yeah. Wait lang po Ayan. Ayan, particular na screen. And then, yung start recording na. Okay? Pero this time po kasi, ang topic ko is all about Excel. So, Excel po tayo pupunta, no? So, yeah. Punta lang ako sa Excel. Nasaan na ba si Excel? Ayan. Excel, and then select a particular area. Okay? Or, simply, para mas gusto ko ito na lang para maipakita natin talaga na ito lang yung area na lalabas. Okay? And then, next, if you're done na sa pag-select ng area, gusto nyo na naka-activate yung audio and the pointer, so kung okay na kayo dito sa inyong setup, start recording na. And then, magpa-prompt po yung ating timer. So, good afternoon. Today, we will be discussing how are we going to insert formula in Excel. But first, kailangan meron tayong data, no? So, first and foremost, dapat alam natin yung structure ng formula. So, we have to go dito sa formula bar, insert equal sign, followed by the cell reference, the operation, another cell reference, and then enter. And then, kapag natapos na po kayo mga ma'am and sir, you may hover yung ating mouse dito sa upper na screen po natin. Pero kasi mas maganda if kabisado po natin yung ating shortcut key. Yung shortcut key po natin is Windows logo, Shift, and then Q. So automatically mag-i-stop na po siya. And then let's go sa ating presentation. Ito po yung presentation natin, di ba? Kanina po. And as you can see, ayan po, lumabas po talaga siya. At kung ano lang yung sinelect na area natin, yun lang po talaga yung lumalabas. And let us play. So, good afternoon. Today, we will be discussing how are we going to insert formula in Excel. But, okay. Pero, may mga time po talaga, mga ma'am and sir, na kung saan may mga part dito na kailangan tanggalin natin or i-remove natin. So, how are we going to do it? So, dito sa part na kasi na to, meron akong, ayan, play po natin. Sada po natin yung ating, yan, yung part na, remove pa na. Pag natapos na po, yan, yung part na yan. So, paano po kaya, no? So, right-click, and then, hanapin po natin yung trim button. Ito po yung trim button po natin. Okay? And then, may makikita po tayong trim video window. At dito po natin, i-hover or i-slide yung slider po natin kung hanggang saan lang po dapat natin i-play yung video. So, since hanggang dito lang siguro yung video natin, tingnan natin sa reference and then enter. Yun. So, ibig sabihin hanggang dun lang po yung video natin. So, kung okay na po sa inyo yung pagkaka-edit natin ng video, that is the time to click OK. So, kapag plinay po natin yan hanggang dito, okay, another sub-reference and then enter. So, yun. Ibig sabihin, mapifilter po natin yung mga hindi na dapat kasama sa ating video. Okay? So, next thing is, paano po kung halimbawa, I want to save this particular video separate sa ating slide. Okay? Is it possible? Yes. So, right-click po natin and then go to Save Media As. And as you can see, magpa-prompt po yung ating Save As Media window, and then rename lang po natin. So, lagay po natin is Excel. Okay, and then click Save. And tingnan po natin kung talaga magsasave, no? Wait lang po, Lang po. Yeah. So, as you can see here, nag-save po siya. So, good afternoon. Today, we will be discussing how are we. So, in short, pwede na po natin yung isend sa bata kung talagang nalilito siya, no, kung paano mag-create ng formula in Excel. And kung whatever lesson na kailangan natin or gusto natin isend sa bata. So, as simple as that. Okay? Next is, meron pa po tayong isang method, and that is with the use of record slides. So, paano po yun? So, I prepared here a presentation. Okay, nagagamitin po natin ngayong araw. And all you have to do is go to the slideshow tab and then record slideshow. Okay? Ito po yung dalawang button na pinakita ko po sa inyo a while ago. And I will be clicking yung record from beginning. So, ito po yung sinasabi natin ngayon. Magpa-prompt po talaga yung ating window or recording window. So, since na bakit wala pong picture dito, it is all because baka yung camera po dito ay hindi po nakaselect. So, yan. Okay. Okay. So, yun. Kasi, yun pala, nagkakaroon ng conflict. Anyway, so, lalabas po talaga yung face po natin dito. And then, all you have to do is to familiarize with the following buttons. So since na-discuss na natin yung following buttons dito, and all you have to do is to start recording. Okay? So start recording na po natin. Pero sana mag-view yung camera. Okay? Ayan. Ayaw niya. Kasi nagkakaroon po ng conflict kasi isang camera lang po yung ginagamit ko. Anyway, so isipin na lang po natin nandito yung face ko. Okay, lalabas po talaga yan dyan. And then, start recording. Okay, so magpa-prompt po yung number. And then, good afternoon. Today, we will be discussing about computer. And computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. And then, pwede po tayo mag-annotate, mga ma'am and sir. Okay. And then, highlight. Okay. Change the color. And then, move to the next slide. Okay. And then, kung tapos na po tayo, okay, pwede na po natin i-skip. So, automatically, makikita niyo po dito yung aking video, no? Pero kasi, sorry po, isa po kasi yung gamit kong camera. So, nagkaroon po ng conflict. Pero, isipin na lang po natin, nandyan po ako. Okay? So, pwede po natin i-play ito. Okay? And then, kung tapos na po tayo, okay? Di ba po? So, nandyan po siya. And then, you can be able to move around yung ating video material po dito. Okay? Pero by default, dito na lang po natin ilalagay. Okay? Next is, kung halimbawa, may mga possible na slides tayo na kung saan may mga error tayo, we can easily delete it. Okay? So, for an example, itong unahan, nagkamali tayo. So, you can go dito sa record slideshow and then clear. Clear current slide or clear narration on current slide. And then, pwede tayong magsimula ulit. Okay? So, ganun lang po yung pwede nating gawin, okay, dito sa ating record slideshow. Actually, maganda nga ito kasi we can be able to change, re-record uli yung ating presentation hanggang ma-perfect po talaga natin yung ating video lesson. Okay, so yan. So, tayo uli natin. Good afternoon. Today, we will be discussing about computer. So, stop. Okay, and then, that's it. So, nandun na siya. Automatic nandun na siya. Okay? So, since pwede siyang, as you can see, pwede po siyang narration lamang kung ayaw niyo po makita yung ating mukha. Okay? So, it is up to you to change the settings. Okay? So, now, halimbawa po, is tapos na po tayo no, sa ating pag-create ng video lesson. Okay? Check natin yung slideshow. Good afternoon. Today we will be discussing about computer. So, computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. And then, pwede po tayo mag-annotate mga ma'am and sir. Okay? And then, highlight. Okay? Change the color. And then, okay. So, kung halimbawa, teachers, we are done, okay? Halimbawa, perfect na po yung ating video. That is the time na pwede na po natin i-save yung ating file. So, paano po yun? Okay? So, go to File, and then Export, and then create a video, and then you can select any of the quality of video na pwede nyo pong gamitin dito. Pero usually, ang ginagamit ko is yung HD. Kasi alam naman natin, if the quality of the video ay mataas, it means na mataas din yung file size nito. Wherein, kung nagde-data connection yung mga bata natin talagang kakain ng bandwidth. So, I think ito okay na tong HD, and then create a video. Okay? So, itong video na to. And select kayo ng location kung saan po natin isi-save. For now, lagay natin is sample video. Okay? And then, so may magpa-prompt po dito, why? Okay? Kasi po, may in-insert po talaga akong video dito, yung pang third slide. So nakalagay dito, some of the media in this presentation cannot be included in this video. Do you want to continue without including the media? Well, of course, for the sake of the session, continue without media. Okay? So, dito po, sa baba po, makikita niyo po yung creating video kung nag-run na po yung ating recording. So, it takes some time po para ma-record po, no? So, ibig sabihin, kung medyo mahaba po yung ating video lesson, so mahaba rin po yung pag-aantay natin. So, kung halimbawa po, if the quality of the video na ginamit po natin is medyo malaki, so medyo matagal din po itong matapos. Okay? So, yan, konting-konti na lang, mabilis na rin naman matapos. Wait lang po natin siguro mga ilang seconds pa. Ayan. So, sana matapos na siya, no? HD lang po yung pinili ko, but still, kumakain pa rin po siya ng time para ma-record yung ating video. And take note, hindi naman po natin tinapos talaga yung video. Right? So, yan. Check po natin, no? Ito po yan, sample video, and let us check. Good afternoon. Today, we will be discussing about computer. So, computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. And then, pwede po tayo mag-annotate, mga ma'am and sir. Okay? And then, highlight. Okay, so that is the example of ways in creating a video. So, dalawa po yung pinakita natin, no? Screen recording and record slideshow. Now, talking about dito, or punta po ulit tayo dito sa aking presentation. Okay. Ayan. Ito po tapusin ko lang po ito. Okay. So now, to add up doon sa ating presentation, okay, para sa effectivity ng ating PowerPoint, actually, may isang feature si PowerPoint na kung saan talaga makakatulong po talaga sa atin. Paano po kaya yun? Or ano po kaya yun? I think it really helps para sa ating po lahat. Okay? So, for an example, andito ako sa aking presentation kanina, and then, we can be able to rehearse bago tayo mag-talk or di kaya bago tayo mag-create ng video. So, paano po yun? So, we can go dito sa slideshow and rehearse with coach. Okay? So, as you can see, and then, may lalabas po ditong button. Okay? And you may start rehearsing na po dito. So, it shows the real-time feedback kung halimbawa, tama ba yung facing natin ng ating presentation, tama ba yung pitch natin, kung meron tayong mga sinasabing mga sensitive words, so yan, lalabas po yan dito. So, try natin, no? Try natin sa ibang presentation na lang po para at least kitang-kita po natin. So, slideshow, rehearse with coach, and then start po tayo. Okay? So, good afternoon. Today, I will be presenting to you kung paano mag-insert ng formula in Excel. Okay, and then, so talagang, mga ma'am and sir, talagang, ayun, nawala. Ulitin po natin. Na-exit ko po. Ulitin po natin. So, good afternoon. Today, I will be presenting to you how to insert Excel. And okay, and okay, and then okay. So, yan. Talagang, sinabi ko po yung and okay. Why? Kasi, dito po sa ating rehearsal report, makikita po natin if we use fillers, katulad ng na sinabi ko po kanina. No? And then, dito, mas ma-appreciate natin to kasi malalaman natin kung okay na po ba yung pacing natin nga and the pitch, kung original po ba, and if, halimbawa, we entirely read the presentation natin. So yun, nababasa po yan ng ating rehearsal report. So isa po yan sa pinakamagandang feature po ng ating PowerPoint. Okay? And just a glimpse po ng other feature po ng ating PowerPoint is, bigyan ko po kayo ng isa pa pong feature ng ating PowerPoint. So for an example, is this one. Dito na lang po siguro ako mag-create. Okay. So for an example is, I've inserted a picture. Okay. Online picture po. Okay. So map of the Philippines. And then, hanap po tayo na medyo mataas po yung quality. So I think ito mataas po yung quality niya. Ayan. And then, all you have to do is to duplicate it. Okay, right click and then duplicate. Medyo lakihan ko lang po siguro para makita nyo po. Right click and duplicate slide. And then, all you have to do is, paliitin ko lang po, no? Gusto ko lang ipakita sa presentation is yung Luzon. Okay, paano po kaya yun? So, lakihan ko. Okay, so as you can see here, makikita dito yung Batanes. Okay, so yan. In particular, ito. Okay, and then duplicate slide ko rin po. Gusto ko ipakita naman is si Palawan. Okay, so yan. And then this time, duplicate ko. And then gusto ko ipakita si Mindanao. Okay, and then duplicate ko uli yung pinakauna. And lagay ko po dito sa dulo. Okay, so additional picture po ito para mas maganda po yung ating presentation. So all you have to do is to select yung mga slides po na ginawa natin. Excluded po yung una. Okay, so I've selected yung 4 na slides kasi yun po yung ginawa natin kanina, except dito sa pinakauna. And all you have to do is go to transitions and then click morph. Okay, so tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari, no? So, slideshow ko lang po. And then, halimbawa, nagpe-present tayo, no? So, today, ito yung ating pag-aaralan. It is all about map of the Philippines. And let us take a look at the upper part of our map. Okay, so yan, makikita natin Batanes, Cordillera Administrative Region, and Ilocos Norte, Apayao, and Cagayan. And then, gusto natin makita si Palawan. Ayan si Palawan. Okay, and the Sulusi. And then, ito naman yung Mindanao. And then, that's it. Okay. So, dito, sa transition na morph, hindi mo na kailangan ng napakaraming animations na makikita natin sa animations tab. So, it simply helps us to move yung ating element sa ating slides. Yun yung kagandahan dito sa morph. Okay? So, I hope magamit niyo po ito sa presentation ninyo kasi lalong-lalo na if we want to pinpoint a specific place o di kaya yung parts ng katawan, yan, magagamit po natin yan dito. Okay? Next is, we can also use yung Zoom. Okay? Yung Zoom po is napakagandang feature po ng ating 365. Paano po ito? So, all you have to do is to go to Insert tab and then go to Zoom. Okay? And then may 3 options po dito, Summary Zoom, Section Zoom, and then Slide Zoom. So, it is up to you kung anong pipiliin natin dito, no? But I will select Summary Zoom. Okay? And we'll check yung ginawa natin dito. Okay? So, ito, and ito. Ay, wag na to. Okay? And insert. And then, as you can see, may bago po tayong slide, okay, na lumabas. So, ano pong gagawin yan? Check natin. So, slideshow po natin. And then, click natin yung isang picture. Okay. So, automatic nagsuzoom siya, no? And then, pabalik naman siya. And then, another one. So, yun yung kagandahan ng Zoom. So, if you want to spice up your presentation, ayan, pwede po natin magamit yung mga features na yan. Okay? So, sana po ay marami po tayong natutunan ngayong araw. Lahat po ng features na yan ay iilan-ilan pa lamang po. But, if we want to maximize the use of PowerPoint, nako, iba po talaga yung mapoproduce natin na presentation. And, nakaka-level up, okay, ng mood ng bata and ng spirit ng ating online class. Thank you po. Sir?
Grabe, Teacher Caroline. Speechless kami. Grabe. Di ba, teachers? Do you agree? Tinatawag mo si Sir Franco, di lalabas yun.
Ala na, kabado na siya. Grabe, Miss Caroline, sabi mo, kinakabahan ka. Ganyan pala yung... Ganun eh. Sobrang galing.
Di ba? Parang naman mind blown. Kaya hanggang ngayon, Ma'am Caroline, nakikita mo ba yung mga reaction namin? Para kaming,
Sinasalo ko yung bibig ko, yung ano ko.
Diba? I think the teachers in the comment section talaga, they would really say na they've learned a lot, as in a lot of new tricks from Microsoft.
Yes.
PowerPoint, diba?
Tama yung intro kanina, no?
Oo.
Na, para makita nyo what else Microsoft PowerPoint has to offer. Grabe talaga. Nakaka-amaze.
Saan bang mo kinuha yan? Saan halon? Ang lalim diba? So, meron kang Morph, meron kang Zoom. Diba? Para na siyang
yung rehearse with coach. Yun yung, wow. Yes, diba? Sobrang ganda.
Ganon. Kinukuha din yan, diba? Oo, totoo yung sinabi ni Miss Jinky kanina, no? Google is shaking, kaya si Sir Franco nawawala.
Hindi na daw po siya magpapakita sa screen. Malis na po yata.
Ayan. Hindi nakikita kanina ni Miss Carol yung ano natin yung mga comments sa YouTube, no? Alam mo ba, Miss Carol, actually, while you were doing the presentation, may nag-i-invite na sa'yo, no, na isang, para maging, kumbaga, mag-speaker sa kanila, ganun katindi. Nasa gitna ka pa lang nun, wala pa yung mga huling pasabog mo. So, sobrang, very intensive naman talaga yung walkthrough na nakita natin, di ba? In such a short span of time.
Okay, Miss Caroline, may tanong ako sa'yo. Kasi syempre, di ba, ang mind blown, no? Sa pagka mind blown, no, Franco Nicolo Adon left the stream na. Hindi kasi, gaano katagal mo to inaral? I mean, 'di ba? Parang kasi syempre as a teacher, ang dami mong kailangan gawin. Saan mo nakuha tong, gano'ng katagal? Mahirap ba siyang aralin? Diba? Kasi nakikita ko kanina, how fast you move from one slide to another. Sabi ko, wait, grabe yung transition niya. Ang
Yes, oo.
Diba?
Tama ba, Miss Carol, yung presentation mo kanina? Syempre, PowerPoint yung gamit mo doon, di ba? Like,
Yes.
yung pag-zoom and yung morph, parang feeling ko may mga morph din. Habang nasa backstage din kasi kami ni Sir Franco, sobrang galing nung ginagawa niya, gaganon na kami dito. Kasi ang seamless nung zooming in, di ba? So sabi niya, ang smart kasi ibig sabihin, slide by slide, kinakat mo, tapos yun nga, papalakihin mo lang siya. Ganun nga pala dapat talaga. Ang galing, galing, galing. Ayan, so yun nga, Miss Carol, paano mo siya naaral?
Actually, ma'am, kasi simula ng teacher ako talagang ginagamit ko na si PowerPoint. Saka talagang siya yung pinakagusto kong application na talagang paglaruan. So therefore, talagang kung may mga bagong updates talagang binabasa ko and then I try to work on it para at least talaga magamay ko talaga siya and then ma-maximize ko yung use ng PowerPoint.
Yun nga kailangan mo talagang paglaruan muna, no? Kailangan mo thinker talaga, thinker to really, get to know all these stuff. No, andyan na pala sa harap mo. Akala mo lang silbi, parang ano ba yan, di ba? Parang yung may rehearse timings, ano ba yun, di ba? But if you get to look at it, you will really, ikaw Sir Jello, ano ba masasabi mo?
Speechless si Sir Jello.
Actually, surprising kasi tama, ang galing. Minsan, siguro talagang kailangan lang i-explore. I agree with Miss Caroline. Minsan kailangan mo lang i-explore. Kasi ako nung PowerPoint ko, nandyan lang siya, pero hindi ko kasi siya masyado nagagamit. So, this is really mind-blowing. Parang, uy, ang dami na palang transition, ang dami na palang pwedeng gawin. Tapos yun nga, yung last ni Miss Karen, parang prezi na lang to. Di ba? Parang, nung mga dating iniisip pa natin mga new or other way to present, kaya na pala ni PowerPoint. So, it's really a matter of exploring. And tuwan-tuwa kay Miss Karen, talagang yung gusto niya, kasi yun yung maganda sa isang application kasi, minsan hindi kailangan ng bago ng application. Kailangan minsan, gusto mo lang talaga at marami ka ma-explore, marami ka ma-open up na possibilities. And this is really an example of that. So, congrats, ma'am. Ang galing, ang galing, ang galing.
Thank you po. Thank you po, ma'am and sir.
Ang galing. Miss Caroline, alam mo, hindi ito yung huling beses na makikita ka natin.
Oo.
Mamaya kasi syempre meron pa tayo feeling ko marami pang questions yung mga teachers, no? Pero dahil nga sa naipakita mo, parang wow, di ba? Wow agad. So, yan. I'm sure later on they will still have a lot of questions, no? There. Ay, ayan pala, may questions. Ayan. Diba? On cue si Sir Franco, yun talaga, yun lang yung group. Ayan, pag ino-on cue niya lang kami. So may tanong daw, Sir Jello.
Oo nga, ito from ma'am. Okay, since wala pa pong Microsoft Movie Maker, yung mga video editing functions po ba nakaka-incorporate na rin sa PowerPoint? From Ma'am M.A. Apigan.
So actually po yung pinakita ko po kanina yung sa record screencast and then record slideshow. Pwede po nating i-format yung video material. Kaso yung isa sa mga function ng Movie Maker is yung yung trim. Pwede rin naman po natin lagyan ng animation din naman po yung ating video material. Katulad ng paglagay ng yung entrance, exit na animations. So, pwede po, pero hindi po katulad ng sa Movie Maker.
Pero kumbaga po, 'di ba? Ang maganda dito, Miss Jinky, Miss Pau at sinabi ni Miss Carly, pwede. Pero of course, siyempre, Movie Maker is another application na meron talaga siyang certain functionality. Pero kumbaga, if you just have the PowerPoint, pwede ka nang gumawa ng presentation ng movie mo. Actually.
Oo.
So,
ayan nasa comment ni Sir Dennis kasi alam ko meron pa rin talaga for Windows 10 no, meron siyang installed talaga na video editor yung kumbaga kasama na talaga siya sa Windows 10. Yan, yun din, kumbaga yan din talaga yung style ng Microsoft na mag-Windows ka. Kasi syempre, kunyari ako, bilang hindi ako naka-Windows, no, damang-dama ko yung mga limitations pa rin, kunyari, no. Yung mga pinapakita kanina ni Miss Carol, and if ever may mga gumagamit ng Mac OS, ayan, may mga kulang, no.
Yes.
Pero ganun pa rin, exciting pa rin malaman, di ba? Baka mapa-shift ka nito. Windows, ganon, di ba? Para at least, alam mo kung ano yung mga gagamitin mo na, na mga materials if ever, di ba? Ayan. So, meron pa din nga.
Ayan, okay. So, Miss Caroline, ipapark ka muna namin sa backstage. Samahan mo muna si Sir Franco doon. Mag-usap kayo kasi may kailangan siya sa yan. Okay, no? So, yan. So, actually, may na-mention na nga si Sir Franco dyan, no? Miss Jinky. Yan. Madami na. Yan.
Ba't ang laki ko?
Go ahead. Ayan.
Ayan, okay. So, yung ating next topic, no? Ayan. So, kung yung ano pa lang, PowerPoint is something that we are all familiar with, nakita na natin na ang daming yung bago. Ito, this one, no, yung Sway, I believe marami pang hindi nakakaalam kung ano to, no? So, I invited, no, one of my colleagues, no, in Assumption Antipolo. So she is, nasa na yun? Ayan. So she is a graduate. She graduated ABIS major in management, psychology and communication, and the cluster education certificate program in Assumption College. Of course, she's a licensed teacher. She is currently a faculty member of Assumption Antipolo, and I think she just graduated, no, yung kanyang master's degree as well, no, in Ateneo de Manila University. Wala pa nga lang daw yung kanyang diploma, di ba? Kasi hindi pa nag-actual graduation, no? Pero ayan. So let's all welcome, no, Miss Michelle B. Ayuro. Ayan. So kung familiar yung kanyang name, ito po ang ayan. The wife of Sir Andy, di ba? So ganito tayo dito sa Kaagapay. Ayan. Hi, Miss Michelle.
Ayan. Good afternoon po. Good afternoon, teachers. Good afternoon, Miss Pao, Sir Angelo, and Miss Jinky, of course.
Yan.
Hello
Miss
po.
Michelle. Miss Michelle, kaano-ano mo yung nag-talk last?
Ano po, siya po ang aking better half.
Yun. Ayan, o diba? Powerhouse.
Yeah.
At hindi kayo back to back. Doon kasi sa Adon Residence, iba eh. At least kayo magkasama, diba? Pareho kayo Microsoft. Okay.
Yes.
Miss Michelle, no?
Yes po.
Ako kasi personally, hindi ko to alam. As in, si Miss Jinky lang nagsabi sa akin nito. At nakikita ko lang siya bilang isang icon. But never open. So, what is it, or what does this Sway have to offer to teachers?
Okay. Hello po again. Good afternoon, no? Una, siguro gusto ko muna i-congratulate si Ma'am Carol. Ang galing-galing. Kasi, sa totoo lang po, dear teachers, no, Miss Pao, MS Way is actually an alternative to PowerPoint. No, pero kanina while I was listening to Miss Carol, parang talagang default PowerPoint pa rin kasi nga ang daming pwedeng ma-explore. But it would be good for us to have, yun nga, an alternative, no? Kasi nga, parang, you know how our students are, di ba? Parang kumbaga, they like when something is new, no? So, gusto nila yung mga novel ideas. Kaya maganda rin na mag-introduce tayo ng bago sa kanila. So, that's, I guess, where Sway will come in.
Ayan, okay. So, baka may masway na dito, no? Sinasabi na.
Tingnan natin.
Tingnan natin. So, Sir Jello and Miss Jinky, no, without further ado, yan, we'll give the floor to Miss Michelle now and introduce us to Sway.
Sway.
God bless.
Okay, thank you po. Thank you. So, first, allow me to share my screen, dear teachers. Wait lang ha. I will share the whole screen. All right. So I think, are you able to see my screen now? I hope you are. So anyway, welcome to Sway, diba? So for those of us who are not familiar with it, like what Miss Pau said a while ago, diba? Yung iba sa atin, hindi, siguro parang hindi pa natin nakiklik to among the Microsoft
Ayan,
365
okay.
apps. Ayan na ba? Sorry.
Lumabas na, Miss. Ayan.
Lumabas na po.
Sinasabotahin na tayo ni Franco eh. Pero ayan na.
Ayan,
Yes,
ayan.
sige.
So anyway, ulitin ko, welcome to Sway. Baka yung iba sa atin, hindi nyo pa kiniklik yung MS Sway na app, no, among the Microsoft 365 apps. So I'm here this afternoon to walk you through Microsoft Sway. Okay? Siguro gusto ko lang magbigay din ng disclaimer, dear teachers. I'm not an expert in this. I think Miss Jinky invited me because I was able to use it in my classes. No? So these are some examples of the sways that I have created. Okay? Pero yun nga, I'm not an expert, but in the course of preparing for this presentation, I have discovered a few things about it. So, how do you go to Sway? Siguro, I think that's the very first thing that you have, I will have to explain to you. Basically, what you will do is to just go to, like, key in, open a browser, and key in Microsoft Sway or MS Sway. Diba? So, pag nandiyan na po kayo, you can just click this. And then, since ako po kasi ay logged in na, all you have to do is to log in. Okay? So, and then makakapasok na po kayo sa Sway. Okay? So, this afternoon, ang gagawin ko po, I will show you one of the Sway presentations that I've created, intended for this presentation. And then, I will help you create a Sway, no? Using these three options. Okay, so ang maganda sa Sway po, dear teachers, may options kayo, diba? So you can create a new one, you can start from a topic, or you can actually start from a document. I think this is the most interesting part because, for example, may learning module po tayo, diba? Once that has been approved by your team leader or your supervisor, for example, you can just start from that document, no? And then you play with it, no? To make it more visually appealing for your students. Okay, so later I'll show you how that is done. So let me share with you the Sway that I've created intended for this presentation. So if you can see, diba, in this interface, this is the storyline. So this is how I created it. But then if I'm gonna present it already, all you have to do is to click play. So I hope you can see those, no? So there. So this is my presentation. So again, allow me to explain lang what Microsoft Sway is. So I think our goal as an educator is to deliver content in the most creative and engaging way possible, diba? So, and that's the reason why kanina sobra tayong amazed sa presentation ni Ma'am Carol kasi kahit nga ako, default presentation mode ko po talaga is PowerPoint, no? So, dahil ang dami niyang present na to make it more creative and engaging, di ba, we like that, no? Because like what I said, yun nga, yung mga students natin, gusto nila may bago. So, there. We then make sure that our presentations and the execution are not boring. So that's when Sway or where Sway comes in. Because Sway offers us another way to creatively present content. Okay, so this presentation, okay, this Sway presentation is what is known as digital storytelling. Okay, so based on my research, MS Sway is described as a mobile adaptive digital storytelling tool that lets students and educators focus on content over format. I'd like to highlight that, teachers, no? Kasi, di ba, for example, if you come up with a presentation, we worry about both content and format, di ba? Pero with Sway, ito yung kagandahan ng Sway. Ang iisipin lang natin ay content. So, organization, what is it that we need to really tell our students, what we need to teach them, how to organize it in such a way that it's easy for them to understand it. and how to effectively deliver it. So the format, hindi na natin iisipin yon kasi si Sway na yung bahala. Content na lang yung poproblemahin natin. So, like what I said a while ago, you can actually design, for example, your module using MS Sway already. So instead of having your students browse over a manual or a handout or learning package, you can design it using Sway to make it look more interesting. Okay, so what are the pros and the cons of using Sway? Siguro, kanina, Miss Carol mentioned about, what do you call this? Parang PowerPoint being an app that you can use online or offline. Sa Sway nga lang, dear teachers, kailangan online kayo because it's web-based. Okay, so, but what's good about it is that you can have Sway presentation displayed in any browser, in any device, and the presentation will not get affected. Okay, so there are seamless presentations, no need to worry about fonts and videos, etc. in terms of compatibility. I think you've experienced this, no? Yung parang magpe-present kayo ng PowerPoint nyo, tapos yung kung hindi compatible yung font, di ba, nagkakaroon ng change, no? So, and sometimes it gets really frustrating and disappointing. So with Sway, kung ano yung presentation nyo, yun na yun. Okay, so hindi na siya magagalaw. Okay, and I think I'd like to highlight the third pro. It's very easy to use. Okay, so easy editing, it's simple to use and make, and it's more modern looking. Okay, it's like creating your own website. Parang ganon. So nakakatuwa siyang gawin. And another thing is that if you wish to work on something very visual and you want to make it more appealing, so this is where the goal of sparking creativity among students will come in. Okay, if you want them to come up with an output that's visually appealing, this is when Sway can come in. But if you want to present a data-rich presentation, like what, for example, Miss Carol was sharing a while ago, then it's best to really use PowerPoint. Okay, pero ang pinaka-con niya talaga is that it's dependent on the internet. Okay, so you have to be online and you have to have a reliable internet connection so that all the apps that you will include in the presentation will really work. Okay, so I think this is where the application comes in, dear teachers. No, how can we use MS Way in our online teaching and learning? So ito yung mga examples kung paano natin siya magagamit. So for example, for the math teachers out there, okay, you can ask your students to make a Sway presentation that includes, for example, a video explanation of the different types of triangles and include a gallery of images showing where the triangles occur in their environment or everyday life. Diba? So even grade schoolers can actually do this. Okay, for science naman, for example, one project that they can do is to adopt a mountain and use Sway to present maps and photos of their mountain and images of the types of rock that make up the mountain. So as you present, for example, that particular idea, you can have images flashed, to your students like this one. Okay, so see, it's so cute. And then another activity that you can use with Sway, again, these are for science teachers. The students can photograph insects they find in their homes and neighborhoods and use Sway to organize their photos and order a family. So as a teacher, when I present it, I can, show sample photos of insects. For English and language arts, so this is very interesting. So students can contribute articles to a class-wide newsletter displayed on Sway. So this particular aspect here becomes collaborative, So you can have like one presentation of Sway and then the students can just put in their articles, their images, diba? So that's one way of collaborating, teaching them how to collaborate. And then there's another one here, another activity that the students can work on. The students can practice technical writing by creating a user manual for their favorite kitchen appliance and publish the manual on Sway as a documentation. Okay? So those are examples for yung mga academic subjects. For non-academic subjects like the arts, our teachers could use Sway to create a gallery of their students' work for a particular unit, and then they can share the gallery with students in different classes, grades, or schools in the same district. Kasi you can share the link to your presentation or you can embed it in a particular platform. So, yun yung very interesting about it. So, kung ano man yung work ng mga bata na gusto nyong i-display, given that it's already distance learning, right? So, we cannot see them all in bulletin boards. This time, pwede nyo siyang i-exhibit using Sway. Alright? So, for example, I'm presenting this pala, dear teachers, in two ways, no? I'd like you to think about it as a presentation, like how do I use Sway as a teacher, okay? And how can I use Sway so that I can encourage my students to be more creative, no, in their submissions, okay? So, tingnan natin siya ng dalawang perspective, okay? So, for example, as a teacher, I can present, after presenting all of those, I can explain na the rubric. Okay. If you notice, itong rubric na to, dear teachers, hindi ko siya pinicturan, hindi ko siya in-upload. Mamaya ipapakita ko kung saan galing to. Okay? And then, pwede kayong magbigay ng quiz, no, after it. So this is like a whole presentation of a class. You can have an evaluation or a quiz. So you can embed, okay, Microsoft Forms, okay, and for your closure, you can end with a video. Okay? So, if you notice, di ba, ang daming ganap, no, dito sa isa kong presentation. So, paano natin yon gagawin? Excited na ba kayo? Sige, sana excited kayong matutunan to. So, anyway, so I'll go back to this presentation. Pero yun nga, as promised, sabi ko sa inyo, papakita ko sa inyo kung paano gumawa ng isang Sway presentation. Okay, so you have three options. So, first is create new. Yan. So, ang very basic thing that you will do is to title your Sway and to put background pictures, no? And then, to already just include your images, no? So, it can be in, your materials or resources. So, it can be in the form of text, media, okay? And then, you can have different ways of presenting it, okay? So, pwede kayong stack ng pictures. Pwede rin kayong mag-upload ng Microsoft Word document, ng videos, no? So, yon. Balik tayo kasi hindi naman tayo mag-create new, okay? By the way, it's already saved there, no? So, whatever it is that you, whatever presentation you come up with, it's saved already. This is another interesting way of approaching Sway, dear teachers. You can actually start from a particular topic. So, for example, you're going to talk about, let's say, teachers. Diba? Sway will already create the outline for you. So, pwede ka pang pumili, because it's going to ask you this. No? So, teacher, create outline there. It's going to create the outline for you. So, you now have parang important, what do you call this, topics with regard to your umbrella topic, which is teacher. So it can bring you to talk about duties and functions, competencies, teaching qualifications, pedagogy and learning. So si Sway na yung gagawa nun para sa inyo. Okay? Tapos, yung last option is to start from a document. Diba? So for example, gusto kong magsimula sa learning module ko. Ayan, kukunin ko yung learning module ko na approved naman. Okay, nung last year. Okay, so i-click ko to. Yan. So according to this, we're creating a Sway from your learning module. Okay? So hintayin lang natin. Yan. So see, ayan na po yung learning module ko. Diba? Magic. So all you have to do is edit this and make it visually appealing for your students. So they need not be limited to just reading learning packages or handouts. Pwedeng kung may internet connection naman yung ating mga students, di ba? Pwedeng nilang gamitin to. So, complete na siya. All you have to do is to make it visually appealing. So, I'll share with you how I made the Microsoft Sway presentation. So, let's start from a document. This was the presentation or the outline of my presentation, dear teachers. Yeah. So, this is my title, diba? Why use Microsoft Sway? If you click this, it will lead you to a selection of searches, no? So, for example, I want to put an image, no, beside my title, okay? So I'm gonna click that. Of course, I used Sway a while ago. You just click the picture and then click Add, and automatically it's there. Okay, so all you have to do is to, actually you can also drag that, no? So all you have to do is to just click this part, and then a selection of pictures will come out, okay, and then you can choose from that. But you're not limited to there naman, to those naman, dear teachers. So suggested yon, pero pwede rin kayong pumili from OneDrive, Flickr, Bing, Ticket, YouTube, and My Device. Okay, so you can upload the pictures that you have, no? So, for example, ganyan. By the way, you're all doing this in Storyline. If you want to see how it will look like when you present it, then you click Design. Okay? So, ayan na po siya. Alright? So, balik tayo sa Storyline. Okay? Remember, in my outline, meron po akong, ano kasi doon eh, what do you call that? Parang table that I created. I did not need to create a new table, okay, because it's there already. Ayan, naka-preset na siya dun sa presentation ko. Okay? And then, for example, here, no, sa math subject, all I have to do is to click this. So there's a plus sign that will come in. And then you can just click an image so that you can add an image to that to make it more visually appealing nga po. Tapos, pili lang po kayo ulit. Diba? Click math. Yan, hanap kayo ng image dito. So, kunwari, ito yung pinili ko. You just click add. It's gonna come out there already. Okay? Tapos, pwede nyo rin siyang i-drag doon. Okay? Kung gusto nyong magkatabi, para siyang, what do you call this? Para siyang image that will complement the subject or the topic. Okay? And then, so you have a text card, no? What you see here is a text card. Okay, this is where in the document kasi I had samples, right? Sample activities. So in the text card, it says there, for example, students can make a sway that includes a video explanation of the different types of triangles and include a gallery of images showing where the triangles occur in their environment or everyday life. So for example, I want to come up with an image that shows triangles. Diba? So, click tayo, triangles. And ito yung sample ko kanina, pwede nating palitan. So, yan. So, meron ka ng triangles, diba? Ngayon, nasa simula pa lang tayo, siguro gusto ko nang malaman how it will look like, no? So, punta ako sa design. So, eto na siya, diba? So, dinesign na siya ni Sway for me. Okay? So, like I said a while ago, you just have to worry about content. Sway will be in charge of format. Okay? So, for example, hindi nyo masyadong gusto na masyadong malaki yung picture, balik kayo sa storyline, adjust nyo lang siya. Diba? Pili kayo ng ibang picture or pwede nyo rin gamitin tong focus points. No? Kasi it says here, if you want to highlight the picture, okay, then you click the entire image is important. But if the entire image is not important and you don't need it, you don't need to see, or sorry, the audience need not see the whole picture or the entire image, then you can parang ano tawag doon, deselect, diba, that. Okay, so balik tayo sa design. Ayan na siya. Simple lang siya, diba? So, and then there. Okay? Now, how will we add, okay. how will we add a video? So for example, dito pa lang sa start, no, ng presentation ko, gusto kong ipakita sa inyo paano ba gumawa ang ng sway, di ba? So pwede akong mag-upload, okay? So again, you just click the plus sign, okay? Ulitin natin yon. Yan, you'll see the plus sign, just click it, and then click upload, okay? I have here downloads, there. So I have a video already here. This is a video showing how students can create sway, okay? And then it's just gonna be uploaded for you, as simple as that. Okay, and then later, let's just see how that will work or come out in the presentation. Okay, so this is uploading a video. Later, I'm gonna teach you how to upload a file. Sige, medyo matagal lang, medyo mabagal lang. Okay, kasi nga yun nga yung problem. Medyo highly dependent talaga siya sa internet. So dapat reliable yung internet connection natin. Another thing pala, teachers, siguro just so, for example, ito, like what's happening now, no, it's kind of taking time to upload. What the other option is to go to text, okay, and then upload a link. Okay, so you can, for example, go to YouTube, get a link, okay, copy that link, and then just type it in dito sa add some text, okay? So you click, there pala. Okay, so you put the display text, so for example, Microsoft Sway presentation, and then the web link, and then that's it. No, it's good to go. So for example, let's try that. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go and check Microsoft Sway. So see Kevin, very famous Kevin.
If you work in a team, you should be using Monday.com. It's a platform to manage any team and any workflow. Marketing, sales pipelines, construction, creative productions.
So I can click link, display text. So I can put Microsoft Sway. And I can copy the web link and I can click OK. So, for example, while you're presenting your lesson, hindi nag-work yung first option, no, of having the video ready, 'di ba? Pwede kayong magkaroon ng alternative, no? So, you can have this link ready. Okay, I did this in one of my classes. You can have the link ready. Yun nga lang, it will direct you to YouTube. Okay, pero at least it was faster and mas malinaw yung presentation. Okay? Sige. So I hope that's clear so far, dear teachers. Later, I'll show you a sample of the video. Ayaw niyang mag-upload for some reason now. Okay, so how do I upload a Word document? Okay, so again, click that, upload, okay, and then just go to your document. So for example, I want to upload a rubric. Okay, I just click that document and this is what's gonna happen. Yan. So see, may rubric ka na. Diba? No need for, I don't know, parang copy-pasting, diba? Or taking an image of it, diba? It's there already. Okay? Another thing that you can do also is to embed. Okay? So for example, I want to embed a Microsoft Forms quiz or a Microsoft Forms evaluation form. This time, you go to Media. Okay? And then click Embed. All right, so you will embed the code here. So I will go to this is just, you know, a sample that I made, a Microsoft Forms sample. I go to share, okay. I click this, embed, this symbol on the side, okay, and then I copy that, okay, and then I go back to my presentation. I paste the embedded code here, okay. And then in my presentation, it's gonna come out. So let's check out the presentation, Okay, wait lang po. Sana mag-work to. So, ayan na yung Microsoft Forms. Dear teachers, it's embedded already. When your students click the form, click fill out the form, it will lead them automatically to the MS Forms. Okay? And then this is how the rubric looks like. Diba? So that was just uploaded straight from a document. So it's as easy as that. Ang problem natin is there. The video is here already. So you can just click that and that's gonna be part of your presentation already. Okay, so yan yung problem, dear teachers. Medyo matagal siya. Ayan, so I hope you can see it.
Senior Theology School in the Edmonton Catholic School Division. I'm here with some of my schoolmates to teach you how to use Sway.
You can put this on there, full screen
It can be used on any device. It is
for your
quick to learn,
presentation.
super easy to use. Sway is used to share ideas and projects with your friends. It is a great way to demonstrate your learning. One of the reasons Sway is so easy is because a lot of design work is done for you. You don't even have to leave Sway to add pictures, graphs, and videos. On the My Sway page, you have an option of starting a new Sway or continuing a Sway that you were already working on. We are going to start a new Sway by clicking Create New. Next, on this page, you can title your Sway.
So sample lang yun, dear teachers. Hindi ko na ipapakita yung buong video. But that video actually also shows that grade schoolers can also create their own Sway because it's so easy to use. As you can see in that video, it was a grade 5 student who was presenting a Sway presentation on otters, no? So on animals. Okay, so you can encourage your students to use this. Now, I think the important part is for you to also discover how you can play with it, no? So, yun yung masaya sa Sway eh. It's very easy to use dahil nga siya na yung gagawa para sa'yo, di ba? Pero yun nga, pwede ka pa rin namang decide ng anong design yung gusto nyong gamitin. So, you are given a lot of options here. Okay, so even the background, for example, if I change that, diba, magkakaroon siya ng design na ganito, diba? For example, your presentation is on baking, for example lang ha. There's a cute, what do you call this, template here, diba? That shows mga macaroons, cupcakes, yung ganon. So, ready na po siya for your presentation, okay? If you want to customize it, those of you who are very innately artistic, you can customize, no? So you can come up with your own color scheme, color palettes, and even your font choices and the sizes, no? So you can play with that, okay? And then you can also have options to present it. So for example, if I click the play button, dear teachers, I can go to this icon, okay, where it will change the settings of your Sway presentation. So you can loop continuously, okay? Or you can also change the layout, no? So the default is yung pataas, there. Pero pwede ka ring, there, going to the right, yan. So yan. So there are several ways of presenting it. And then the other one is if you want to have like a slideshow. Diba? So parang PowerPoint din siya. Okay? So, ang important thing pa, I think that I need to share with you, dear teachers, is how to share it. Diba? So, when you click the share button, you have several options, okay? So you can share your Sway with just specific people or groups, those in your organization with the link, or anyone with the link, okay? You have the option to invite people to view it or to edit it. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, dear teachers, na you can actually use this for collaboration because you may have a Sway template ready, okay, and then your students can just include their own outputs. So for example, in the gallery, in the gallery presentation, so you have a ready-made template, and then your students can just put in their artworks, diba? So nakalagay na siya doon, okay? They can upload their images, they can upload their videos, it's ready-made. And then when you publish that for everyone to see or for everyone to critique perhaps or evaluate, then it's easier, di ba? Parang mas madali siya. So, pwede nyo siyang i-share sa MS Teams, di ba? Tapos, dun sa MS Teams, pwedeng critique yung mga other students, di ba? So, for example, it's a group performance task using Sway presentation, and then all of their inputs are there. Tapos, i-share nila yung link sa Microsoft Teams, and then they have the option to evaluate it, give their comments, diba? So, you make it collaborative as well, okay? And then there are more options here, okay? So, you can also require a password to view or edit the Sway, okay? So, let's try parang a particular option, no? So, for example, kung view lang, dear teachers, pwede kayong mag-embed ng code. Okay? So, pwede ring mag-get ng visual link. Okay? Pero pag sa edit, ano lang po siya, talagang ika-copy nyo lang po yung link. Okay? So, how do you invite people? So, for example, how do you share this to people? So, for example, I get the visual link. All I have to do is to just copy the link, okay? And then I go to, I don't know, a chat box or your, for example, an MS Teams, for example, here. I want to share it in my team, no? Health 10 team, for example lang. So I will just share the link there, okay? Give some instructions to my students, and then I'll click it, and then they have the option na to go to this way. So there's it's gonna open in a new browser. So meron silang access na dun sa Sway.
Ayan, napindot lang ni Miss Michelle, no, yung nakita ko na eh. Mangyayari na, mapipindot na niya eh. Ayan, pero I think, ayan, makakabalik na siya, ma-realize niya. Napindot na.
Ayun na nga, na-click pala. Pero, grabe.
O, diba? Amazing. I've never tried that as well. Grabe. So, sobrang natutuwa ako na ang dali lang, para bang kaya mong gawin agad. Parang ganon.
Tapos ayaw ni Sir pag-usapan natin si Sway, kaya meron siya nilabas.
Wag na masyadong yan. Hindi. Dahil commercial tayo ngayon, pwede ako lumabas ngayon. At yes, no. Teachers, habang hinihintay natin si Miss Michelle makabalik, no, I think napindot lang niya yung leave button kasi medyo talagang awkward ang position ng leave button kay StreamYard, no. Teachers, okay, let me just inform you, no, our July series is already set, okay, so we have a full 8-session series, okay, for July, okay, that's Distance Learning 2.0, okay, kasi but 2.0 kasi second year na natin sa pandemic year, no? Kaya 2.0 na tayo ngayon. So teachers, mamaya, we'll break it down more, no? Ano itong mga sessions natin, pero we'll start from July 8, okay? For our sessions next week, that's going to be a rest week, no? So it's up to you what you want to attend, but the sessions next week, both the one for Google Slides and one for the updates for Google are not non-certified, okay? So no certificates going to choose. That's for the fun of learning lang. Pero our official series will start on July 8, okay? Our events with certificates. For those who are asking kung may certificate din po today, yes po. And if I'm not mistaken, Miss Jinky, each session, each achievement code is one certificate. Tama po ba ako?
Yes, we already shared kanina yung first natin, no, for PowerPoint. And then PowerPoint. After nitong kay Miss Michelle for Sway, there will be another achievement code. If they're wondering, no, bakit ngayon tatlo, bakit last Thursday iisa lang, no? Kasi it's the number of speakers, di ba, na natin. So yung last last training kasi natin was just Sir Andy Ayuro. So, isa lang yung training code natin for that one. Ayan, nandito na yata, nakabalik na. Si Miss...
Grabe yung pinagbibintangan na ako ng mga tao kapag nawawala doon.
Oo, sa putahe.
Anyway, so let's welcome back Miss Michelle.
Sorry.
Ayan. Welcome back, Miss Michelle.
Sorry, nakakahiya. Sobrang feel na feel ko yung presentation ko. Na-click ko yung browser.
Sabi ko na nung i-end mo yung nag-pop out na na sway, di ba, from the teams. Like, oh my God, pipindutin niya na yung red.
Sorry. Anyway, actually, that's the end naman na of my presentation. I don't know. Malinaw na po ba? Pero ano naman, if you have questions, then I'm here naman po to answer.
Ayan, okay. Ayan. So, dire-diretso na pala to, no? So, Miss Michelle, how do you feel about sharing about play? Kasi I think, no, nararamdaman ko, sobrang, well, hindi siya part ng say, pero ang nice pakinggan ni Miss Michelle.
Wow!
Ang clear, everything that it helps it helps also. And so yun nga, Miss Michelle, yung sa sway, how often did you use this before? And was it easy for the students? Kasi sabi mo, it can be used also by the students as early as grade 5, di ba? Di ba? Ang hirap nga matuto ng daming mga kailangan gawin, di ba? But how easy or the level of difficulty ba for the students dito sa sway?
Actually, Miss Pao, I have to be honest with you. No, for this year, I just really used Sway for presentations. So with regard to the suggestion that I gave a while ago on collaboration, that is actually something that I will explore this in the next school year. Kasi di ba last year naman inaaral pa natin eh. So in a way, parang hindi pa ako confident. Sa totoo lang, hindi pa talaga ako confident to share it to my students na parang sasabihin ko na sa kanila na pwede niyong ipasok dito lahat ng outputs niyo. Parang wala pa ako sa ganong level last year. What I did was to just really use this for presentations. Kasi at that time, whenever I use a particular app in my presentation, ang nanonotice ko, if I use PowerPoint, I have to stop sharing screen. I don't know if you experienced that, so I have to move to the browser. But with Sway, magkadabing browser lang sila nung isang app na ginagamit ko. So nagsiswitch lang ako. So for me, it was just so easy to use during those instances. Kaya ako nagagamit yung Sway. Tapos yun nga, dahil nung natry ko siya, sobrang daling gawin. Di ba? Nakita niyo naman, dear teachers, sobrang dali lang talaga. Kaya actually, sinishare ko siya sa mga teachers eh. For example, nag-present ako for investigatory project orientation. Sinare ko siya dun sa fellow teachers ko. Sabi ko, ang galing-galing nito. Nakakatuwa to. Try nyo. Ganon. Kasi pwede nyo siyang i-share sa students. And I think this was how my students used it, no? I shared it to them. I shared the link to them. Hindi ko pala na-share to sa presentation ko kanina. I shared the link to them and then they can view it. So they can always go back to the presentation for instructions, diba? For the orientation, for the rubric, diba? So pwede nilang balikan yon. Tapos makikita mo, kasi yung Sway, meron silang analytics part. Sorry, hindi ko yun napakita kanina. Makikita nyo kung ilan yung nag-view ng presentation nyo when you share it as a link to your students. So yun, masaya siyang gamitin. Kaya dear teachers, I highly encourage you to explore it. Kasi yun nga, masaya siyang gawin.
Yan, oo. Actually, yan din naman yung comment ng ating mga kaagapay. They're all new to Sway, but
Yeah.
they're really gonna explore it maybe after this webinar, no? Syempre, yung iba I think sinasabayan ka rin kung paano siya ginagawa. But yeah, kudos, napakagaling. Sir Jello, Ma'am Jinky, anong masasabi niyo naman kay Sway?
Ayan. Ako yung pala kaya pala when we were talking kami ni Miss Michelle, no, sabi nga niya yung share niya yung sa new document. Kasi ako completely wala nga akong idea. Never ko pang na-try eh. So yung share from a document, grabe, di ba? I mean, yung Word, pinasok mo, tapos siya na yung nag-ayos
Yes.
para sa'yo.
Correct.
Di ba? Para kumbaga, papagandahin mo na lang, aayusin mo na lang. Sobrang time saver, which we all, no, as teachers, we all need that. Yung paano tayo makakapag-save ng time natin. Kung kanina yung sa Microsoft PowerPoint, it gives us design ideas already. Dito sa Sway, ganun din halos, no? Inayos na niya para sa'yo, pati yung part by part. Ikaw na lang yung, kumbaga, very, minimal curation na lang yung gagawin mo. So, doon ako na, wow, nakaka-excite din talaga no, na something new na pwede natin talagang magamit. Ayan.
At saka to add pala, Miss Jinky, for those of you, dear teachers, who are, for example, parang you want to integrate the tasks that you give to the students, actually, i-share ko to, Miss Jinky, itong suggestion na to, kasi yung Sway, pwede mo na siyang output for an integrated performance task. 'Di ba? So parang pwede na siyang maging platform for all the outputs of the students. No? So tapos pwede mo siyang i-publish para makita ng mga iba pang students, 'di ba? So masaya siyang i-explore further, no? Like how we can maximize its use next year in as we go, 'di ba? Ano ba 'to? Distance learning 2.0. So
pwede nga no, kunyari may kanya-kanya silang part dun sa story,
yes.
Nila. Tapos sila na yung kanya-kanya mag-aayos nun, and then may collaboration na agad, 'di ba?
Correct. So yun po. Thank you.
Ayan no. Ayan na nga ba, Miss Michelle, sinasabi natin, no? Hindi ko makakalimutan yung araw na tayo. I discovered Sway, sabi ni Teacher Jocelyn Buhuli.
Ma'am Jocelyn, salamat.
Grabe.
Gusto ko nga po, actually, nag-research nga po ako pero hindi ko talaga makita bakit nila pinangalanan ng Microsoft Sway. Ba't kaya Sway?
Oh my God, Miss Michelle, yan din ang ginagawa ko. Nakalagay pa dito sa browser ko, why is Microsoft Sway?
Nag-attempt talaga ako, Miss Pau, pero hindi ko makita eh. So baka the other teachers may ma-discover kayo na trivia, no? Ba't siya Sway? Hindi ko talaga alam.
Oo, sige, pwede nating itanong yan, why it was named Sway. Yan. Yun, ayun, no. So, additional, no, Teacher Michelle, sobrang thank you talaga, no. Pero ipapark ka pa rin namin, meron pang kasunod. Pero syempre, hindi namin palalampasin yung isang comment ng isang, audience natin. Ang sabi po niya dito, parang ako rin po, hindi ko makakalimutan ang araw na ito. Paki-highlight naman, no, sir. Biglang natapos ata. Si Sir Franco, ayan. O, diba? Ayan. So, yan. So, thank you so much, Miss Michelle, for sharing with us your knowledge about Sway, no? At pangalawa pa lang yon, Teacher Jinky and Sir Jello, no?
Yes.
Pangalawa pa lang yun. Diba? Bigatin na. Ikaw ba, Miss Jinky, yung susunod? Familiar ka? Ako, hindi eh. Yan.
Oo, yes, no. Ako, I've been mentioning this OneNote, no, is actually one of my personal favorites. Dito ako unang kumbaga, apart of course from yung alam na nga natin, yung PowerPoint, Excel, and Word, apart from those three na alam na natin na gamit na natin, isa ito sa una kong nasubukan na sa Office 365 talaga. And from here, kumbaga, it started, no, na mula dito sa OneNote na nag-explore na ako ng iba yan. So, for this OneNote, no, we have ang speaker po natin is actually a former faculty, no, of Assumption Antipolo. She just sent, no, a video for us, no, to talk about OneNote kasi po nasa US siya. Ayan. So medyo madaling araw po ngayon doon. So alam naman natin medyo struggle, no, na maka-attend siya, no, but she still wanted to be part of the series and of course to share yung kanyang information, no, about OneNote. So si Miss Synth Malbas, yan. Siya po ang magpapakita sa atin, no, ng kanyang kumbaga run through din or walk through din about OneNote. Ayan. And mamaya naman when we have our question and answer, andito naman ako. Ayan, to answer the questions for that one. Ayan.
Yan. Sobrang nakaka-excite tong OneNote kasi from the start of the series, na-mention mo, Teacher Jinky, ikaw din kayo, kasi yung sa MS Teams, di ba? Na sobrang gamit na gamit mo tong OneNote. At sobrang laki
Yes.
ng silbi niya for both you and the students. So, let's see how this actually sparks creativity, no? So, Sir Franco, handa ka na ba? Yan.
Ayan.
And
Okay,
I'm
so
about
ako
to
muna
share
ang
with
magsisimula.
you my-
Ayan, ako muna, I will be sharing with you first, teka, share screen lang ako. Baka mag-leave studio din ako bigla. Okay. Ayan, okay. Yan. So quick lang naman po yung introduction that I'll be doing bago natin ipakita yung video for us to know how do we go to the OneNote. Ayan. So dito po in our browser, you have the option to go to onenote.com. Ayan, pwede rin namang onenote.office.com. Ibabalik ka rin po niya dyan. Or again, yung pong what we've been mentioning from before, what we can do is to type in again office.com. Yan. So pag nagpunta po tayo sa office.com, lalabas po lahat ng ating mga applications here. Yan. So you have the option to open OneNote from that end. Yan. So when you have your OneNote, ano po yung mga OneNote, yung mga notebooks na nandito. So meron tayong recent, ayan. So meron din akong mga my notebooks. Most likely similar lang din po ito, Yan. So itong mga notebooks na ito, if you notice, these are class notebooks. Yan. Pag pinili ko naman tong class notebooks, yan, lalabas yung mga notebooks that I have in my different classes, yung mga nasa teams ko, na MS Teams ko na meron din akong class doon. Yan. So yun yung maganda sa kanya. But it's also okay for you to have your own personal notebook. Okay? Pwede ka rin po magkaroon. Ito pong Jinky is at work. Yan. Personal notebook ko po ito. Yan. Tapos pwede ka rin magkaroon pwede kang gumawa ng notebook na hindi naka-tie up sa ibang mga applications. Yan. So, yun po yung start natin ng pag-open. And then, similar to the other applications na may desktop version, OneNote has, of course, the browser and also a desktop version. And so, kunyari, papasok po muna ako dito sa Jinky S at work. Ayan. So, ayan. Ito yata yung ginamit ko na sample before. Ayan. So, Kaagapay, KTS, yan. Ito yung notebook natin. So, dito, kumbaga, meron ka lang compilation, okay? Pwede kang gumawa ng different sections, okay? Dependent. Let's say, you are just using this, as a way for you to manage your materials. Ayan, pwede po dito mag-add ka ng section, maybe per subject or per grade level, and then corresponding section, mag-add ka naman ng page. Can be weekly, can be by topic, it's up to you. Pero pag pumasok ka na po sa mga class notebooks, dito naman po nag-iiba. Okay, ang class notebook po ay naka-tie up. Ayan, punta ako sa mother team. Ayan, ang class notebook po ay naka-tie up sa MS Teams, okay? Mas madali po siya talaga kasing ma-manage kapag na-tie up mo siya sa MS Teams. This is the same notebook na ginamit ko po before when I had my session on Microsoft Teams. So, ang parts po ng class notebook from the view of the teacher is that you have the collaboration space. Okay, so again, in the collaboration space, okay, this is a space open to everyone in a class. Okay, lahat po ng class members can read and write on anything in this part of the notebook. So make sure po na pag naglagay tayo ng kahit na anong materials natin sa collaboration space, willing po tayo na masulatan yan ng mga bata. Okay? So dito pwede tayong magkaroon ng mga activities. Let's say na nag-combine sila. Let's say meron kang, kunyari po, no, yung mga Mentimeter. Ayan. Or instead of asking them to go to a different site, you can just ask them to type here. No? Lahat kayo punta dito sa collaboration space and then you can all type in one word, okay, of what you think about this lesson. So they can all just type in there. And then as the teacher, you have the option to see kung sino po ang nagsulat. Ayan, no? So malalaman po natin yan dito, makukuha natin dyan kung sino yung author po natin dito. So hindi naman ibig sabihin anonymous, no, yung makakapasok dito. So yan ang collaboration space. And then the content library, okay, so the content library can be seen by the students, no, but they cannot edit it. Okay, so view only na lang po ito para sa mga bata. So if you are going to put contents here, make sure, no, that it is for the viewing as well of the students. Hindi po kayo maglalagay ng bagay na, ay, quiz, huwag niyong ilalagay dito, di ba? Kasi makikita ng mga bata. Okay, so kapag may mga confidential na mga documents, confidential na mga activities na hindi pa pwedeng ipakita sa mga bata, then dito po siya papasok sa teacher only natin. Ayan. So again, may collaboration space. Everybody, no, can view and write. Ayan. Ang content library naman, the teacher can still view and edit. Ang students po can just view. Ang teacher only the teacher, of course, no? Teacher na lang talaga yung pwedeng magsulat, okay? At mag-edit nung nandito, makakita nito. Hindi ito nakikita ng mga bata. Okay, so ano ang nakikita ng isang student? Sa student po, meron pa rin sila ng collaboration space, may content library, and they have their own notebook. So yung notebook ng ibang kaklase, hindi po nila makikita. Last Thursday, no, may mga nagko-comment po, no, about having a portfolio. Isa po itong magandang way para magkaroon sila ng portfolio. Kasi let's say we open this, ayan. So meron tayong different sections, bonus exercises, quizzes, class notes, homework. Can these be edited? Yes, of course. Okay, pwede nyo pong palitan kung ano yung nakasulat. Ayan, pwede nyo i-rename. Okay, pwede tayong magdagdag ng additional, no, na section for everyone. Yan, so dito po yun papasok. Yan, so si Francine at saka si Margot, yan, pareho po sila ng laman. So pwede rin po magkaroon dito ng section for their own class notes or maybe a journal, reflection. Yan, so dito nila pwedeng isulat, i-type, pwedeng type, pwedeng draw, no, kung naka-tablet po sila or naka cellphone lang po sila. Yan, pwede rin nilang isulat, syempre gagamit sila ng finger or ng stylus, pwede rin po nila yan dito. So yan po, no, yung kumbaga ano yung parts po ng ating OneNote. And then papakita po, no, sa video ni Miss Cinth, papakita niya kung paano natin magagamit pa, no, ng mas maigi yung ating OneNote. Ayan. So with that, Sir Franco, ayan. So you may now show
share with you
yung kay Miss
my experience with OneNotebook in preparing my modules and creating collaborative spaces for my students for my online classes. Special thanks to Miss Jinky Adun who shared with me this particular tool. And so it definitely helped me organize my modules and kept the students engaged at some point with some of the activities I prepared on there. So the bulk of this presentation is focused on showing you one particular module I made so that utilizes a good part or a good number of features in OneNotebook that will hopefully help you create engaging and student-friendly activities for your class in August. Okay, so let's begin. So one particular page I made last year was this subject orientation part for literature. And from here, you find that I have inserted different materials on here, and I've put it together in a way that I hope was engaging to other students. So I have a combination of embedded texts, images here. These are images that I created externally in a different tool. And then at the same time, it's a combination. I also combined audio files to cater to audio visual learners. So there. In order to insert the file or insert images, you can simply go to your insert tab, and you will find all these features on here. You can choose any external material that you wish to link or even insert in your workspace. So say, for example, of course, just like your Word file, you want to insert pictures. You can choose to have it from your file, or you can choose to have your camera web camera, but I haven't really, used that at some point. Mostly I use pictures online, just making sure that those materials or those photos are okay to be imported into the workspace. So for example, I want to look for books. I'm going to go ahead and type in books. I think I want this image over here. I can reverse image search if this is copyrighted, or if it's okay to use this in my file. So there, when you click on this particular image, let's do that again, it is automatically inserted into your workspace. And if you want to do APA referencing for that, you can go ahead and just click on the white space and then type in figure 1, and then of course it's APA, it's a linked title, so that if anybody wants to check on the resource, and they could just simply click on the link, okay, and go to the original source. So yeah, you can, that's how you insert the page and embed your text. Another feature that you notice from this page is of course the audio file. Here is the audio file. So if I were a student browsing through this particular page, I will simply click on the audio file, and you will see that a shortcut control appears over that. So they can simply click play in order to hear the accompanying audio for this particular orientation. Let's have a listen. Hi, and welcome to the subject orientation. Whenever we take a
Sandali lang po may technical difficulty po yata tayo.
That is a question. What
Hindi marinig, hindi na nagmo-move yung
So, in order for you to insert the
Sandali lang po.
audio, you can simply go ahead. Let's insert an audio
Okay,
here.
sige,
For
antayin lang po
example,
natin.
You can just go ahead
Naghang
and click
po.
insert,
Sinasabotahe po
and
ulit tayo.
then click on audio here, record
Ni Sir
audio.
Franco. Joke lang.
You have to be ready though, because this automatically.
Oo nga. Oo. Ayan. Okay. So, nasara na niya. Ako na lang, Sir Franco. Ako na lang ang mag-share. para, para hindi mawala.
Oo, nag-lag ng konti no. Pero again, very, very powerful. Ito, Miss Jinx, ginamit mo to last year, definitely.
Yes, oo. Yeah. Actually, ang funny dyan sa amin ni Miss Synth, kasi kaming dalawa ang unang nag-share about Teams and OneNote in our school, sa senior high school. Yan. Ako yung nag-share ng OneNote, siya yung nag-share ng Teams. Tapos after nung school year ng 2019-20, nagbaliktad kami. Yung naging gusto ko yung Teams, nagustuhan naman niya yung OneNote. Ganon siya, no? So, kasi siguro may na-discover ka na something new. Ayan. So, let me now try to share it from my end. Wait lang.
Yan. Kailangan talaga ginagamit mo. And you share it. You share it.
Yes. Ayan. Okay. Nakikita na po ba siya? Ayan.
Wala pa. Ayan.
Sana marinig. Yun yung concern ko pala, no? Baka hindi marinig. I will remove my microphone lang.
Ayan. Sige, let's try.
Sandali lang po. Ayan.
Hi, I am Synth and
Ayan.
I'm about to
Naririnig po ba?
share with you
Yes.
my experience with
Yes, better. And
OneNote
she's
in
moving.
preparing my modules and creating collaborative spaces for my students for my online classes. Special thanks to Miss Jinky Adun who shared with me this particular tool. And so it definitely helped me organize my modules and kept the students module I made so that utilizes a good part or a good number of features in one notebook that will hopefully help you create engaging and student-friendly activities for your class in August. Okay, so let's begin. So one particular page I made last year was this subject orientation part for literature, and from here you find that I have inserted different materials on here, and I've put it together um, in a way that I hope was engaging to other students. So I have a combination of embedded texts, images here. These are images that I created externally in a different tool. Um, and then at the same time, it's a combination. I also combine audio files to cater to audio visual learners. So there. In order to insert the file or insert images, you can simply go to your insert tab and you will find all these features on here. You can choose any external material that you wish to link or even insert in your workspace. So say, for example, of course, just like your Word file, you want to insert pictures. You can choose to have it from your file, or you can choose to have your camera web camera, but I haven't really, used that at some point. Mostly I use pictures online, just making sure that those going to go
Hindi
ahead
pwede.
and type in books. I think I want this image over here. I can reverse image search if this is copyrighted or if it's okay to use this in my file. So there, when you click on this particular image, let's do that again. It is automatically inserted into your workspace. And if you want to do APA referencing for that, you can go ahead and just click on the white space and then type in figure 1. And then, of course, it's APA, it's a linked title so that, if anybody wants to check on the resource, and they could just simply click on the link, okay, and go to the original source. So yeah, you can. That's how you insert the page and embed your text. Another feature that you notice from this page is, of course, the audio file. Here is the audio file. So if I were a student browsing through on this particular page, I will simply click on the audio file. You will see that a shortcut control appears over that. So they can simply click play in order to hear the accompanying audio for this particular orientation. Let's have a listen. Hi, and welcome to the subject orientation. Whenever we take a punch at literature, we always have that standing up. That is a question. What is literature? Okay, so um, in order for you to insert the audio, you can simply go ahead and let's insert an audio here, for example. Um, you can just go ahead and click insert and then click on audio here, record audio. You have to be ready though, because this automatically records you whenever you stop, you start hitting this particular button. So say, for example, this one. Okay, so you have the title of this particular page. It's 21st Century Literature. And you will notice that this automatically records you. So if you want to rehearse by any chance, by all means do so. And when you start recording, you just hit that record button, okay, so that it can record you right away. So in order to stop that, just go back to the ribbon itself and hit stop. If you want to have a listen, then you can go ahead and press play over here. Or you can go ahead over the file and click the file and say, for example, this one. Okay, so you have the title of this particular page. It's 21st Century Literature. And you will notice that this automatically records you. So if you All right, so those are two of the features. So you have images, well, three basically. So you have images, embedded texts, and then of course your audio. For the rest of the setup of your images combined with the texts, of course that is basically up to you, your own taste. You can be as minimalist as possible, and you can be as loud as possible as well, depending on the kind of students that you have and their preferences, and of course their learning styles as well. All right, so this next page I'm about to show you is a combination of embedded video and links. Inserting the links in order to direct the students from one page to another, either to collaborate with other students or to simply go to a different page within the notebook, where they need to, like, perhaps make a collage of anything. So that is what I am going to show you in this next output. So you will find here on the screen that my notebook here is under the teacher only page, or the teacher only section. This is where I prepare everything. I draft everything, and then when it's done, from here I distribute the pages. So the distribution of the pages, I could probably show a little bit more of that later on. So let me take you to the introduction of my week one. And so I embedded a video here. The instruction here is for the students to watch the video and listen to the talk. And then right after that, they need to answer one question. But in order to answer to that one question, they have to click on the link questions here, and they will be directed to a collaborative space where they can type in their answers or record themselves answering this question, and then at the same time they can see the different answers of their classmates too. So first, let's do the embedding of the video. So how do you do that? You have to have a URL of your video ready, so your online video ready. So what I'm going to do is to go to insert and click online video here. And then I'm going to insert, okay, or paste the video link from YouTube, for example, and then hit OK, and then voila, there is Malcolm Gladwell again. And you can resize, of course, the video according to, what you think is visually okay with the students. And then what the students does is you can just basically play. Okay. And that video is directed to the page. They're not going to go to YouTube anymore. They can simply watch it.
So I wanted to tell a story that
So next to my instruction is answering one of these questions. So they are hyperlinked, and if I can show you just one example, I will perhaps I want to answer question number 4, for example. Which version of the story appeals to you and why? So if I were the student, I am going to click on number 4, and yay. Okay, so it immediately takes me to a special page dedicated to number 4, question number 4 alone. So if I'm going to trace that page, okay, you will find that page in the collaboration space. So a while ago, we were here, okay, week 1, okay, and we were in this page, right? So if I am going to click number 4, so you will find that I jumped from the teacher space to the collaboration space. So if I were the student, I will be taken here in this page, and then I am going to answer which version of the story appeals to you and why. So I'm going to answer, I think, the second version appeals more to me because, okay, so the student can leave her answer there. One specific instruction I give them in addition to that is to don't forget to write their initials or their names. So I'm going to say this is from Synth so that my teacher can record that. Okay. Next to that instruction is to click jump to the next activity when you're done. So let's see where this takes me. Okay, so this time it takes me to a different page. This one is the second part of the activity, and that is defining characteristics of postmodernism. So if we are going to trace that particular path, we are immediately directed back again to the teacher-only space, okay? But not anymore under engage. Right? This time, you are linked to the characteristics, or to the big ideas, which is the characteristics of postmodernism. Okay, and then it gives you another video that does the lecture for us. There you go. So one advantage of linking one page to another is that this can be done asynchronously. So the students has you ease the students into the instruction, and when by any chance, if they are only directed to one particular page, for example, like this, okay, so they only focus on that question. They only focus to that question, and after that, they can see the answers of their classmates, and after that, they can just jump to the next activity. So it eases them into the flow of the instruction itself. So there. How do you do this? That's, I guess, the second question. So let's go back to that page, and I'll show you how I do it. So if I were to do that, this is what I do. So I type in the text first, and then I ask which version of the story appeals to you. And then I highlight this, okay, and go to link. Okay, you are immediately prompted to an address. Now the secret here is this. If I want them to go to that collaboration space in week 1, for example, okay, I can right click, okay, on this particular page, and then you will find there copy link to the page. There you go. Okay, and then I go back to my week 1, okay, where I have highlighted this particular question, and then I paste that link, insert, and then you will find that this particular question over here is highlighted. So let's see if it takes us back to that particular page again. So there you go. Okay, there. So in the same way that I highlighted this particular text, if I click link, you will find this address over here that takes me to the next activity. So let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click on that. And it takes me back to the next set of instructions. Alright, so what do you think? Quite easy. Alright, so once I'm done filling the pages with all contents and all the links and all sorts of instructions for the students' individual activities, what I'm going to do now is distribute these pages to the students. Now, there are 2 ways to do that. Okay? I can either distribute each page, 1 page at a time, or I can distribute the pages as in one packet by creating a specific folder in each of my students' private notebook. So in any case, it's better to show than to simply dictate. So first, I'm going to show you how to distribute a single page into the students' notebooks. Okay, so I could probably send out this engage part. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to go hit class notebook here on the ribbon, and then click distribute page. Okay, so I want to distribute the page to the whole class. So I'm going to click this first option here, distribute the page. Okay, so when I distribute the page, you will immediately be directed to the right side of the screen, where you will be shown the different folders that are in each of the private folders of the students. So it's either I put it in graded work, I put it in independent work, or I start with modules, this particular folder here, or 21st CLP WQ1 week 1. So say for example, I choose this folder. Okay, I choose that folder, this one, I highlight that, okay, and then I click distribute. So that page immediately gets distributed to the students, and you will need to kind of it will take a while to reflect on their notebooks, but you will find here, okay, that the page is at the moment being distributed to the students. So you have this meter over here that tells you if 100% of the students have received it. So you are gonna have to take a while. It's gonna take a while, depending on how heavy your file is, and at the same time how fast your connection is. So right now it's 45% complete. So we're just gonna have to take, a few more minutes. Wait for that. Now it's 90%. And then it's done. Okay. So you might expect that it's immediately on there. Again, it's depending on the connection, and it's depending on how heavy the file is. But at the moment it says here that it's all been distributed, so maybe we should check. Well, you can also refresh if you want. So can you go ahead and just sync, all right, over here. And then let's check if Brenda got the page. Not yet. There you go. So it appears over here that she got the page. Now, Brenda can start working on the engage part. So let's see. Okay, now a while ago I showed you some links, right? So link pages. So we'll see if this works under Brenda's file over here. Let's see if it takes me to a particular page in the collaboration part. So let's monitor over here, left side. Okay, we'll see if it takes us to these individual pages here. Let's go to number 5. There you go. So see, I was working on Brenda's file. Okay, I was working on Brenda's file, and it immediately took me to question number 5. Which version will you tell your younger siblings? So if I were Brenda, I'd probably want to insert an audio to this question. So I will start talking. If I had younger siblings, I would probably tell the older version, because that is, that version is the original version taught to us by our parents, and so on and so forth. So after recording, I'm going to go ahead and stop, write my name. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing. I'm Brenda. There. So there are different options as well as to how you would want to customize your instruction. For example, you are catering to like individualized instruction. So you can go ahead and distribute that to certain individuals. Okay, so let's just go ahead and distribute that to, say, for example, Kenneth gets this page, and then I'm going to go ahead and distribute that to this folder over here. And so that page gets distributed to him. Other options would be group distribution. This time you would only be able to choose the group of students who will receive the notebook, which has the same set of instruction as well. Cross notebook distribution allows you to distribute this particular page to other notebooks. Say, for example, notebook for section 1, notebook for section 2, and notebook for section 3. So that's what you call cross notebook distribution. Now, you can also delete the page that you just distributed. You can also do that. And so you just need to click on delete page, go to the folder, click next over here,
and then find that particular page that you recently distributed and hit delete. Say, for example, you want to delete engage over here, just click next, and then of course there is that warning that it will be permanently deleted, and then you just click delete, and then you just confirm once again, and it will continue deleting that notebook from each of the students' folder. So that is one good feature as well of the notebook. There is also a way for you to distribute this entire set of pages, okay, to one particular folder in the notebooks.
Ayan, sandali lang po ulit, teachers, no? Naayos lang po natin para ma-minimize pa natin yung noise, no, na nanggagaling. So, we'll be sharing the continuation of the presentation in a while.
And I'm about to share with you my experience with OneNote book in and then let's check if Brenda got the page. Not yet. There you go. So it appears over here that she got the page. Now Brenda can start working on the engage part. So let's see. Okay, now a while ago I showed you some links, right? So link pages. So we'll see if this works under Brenda's file over here. Let's see if it takes me to a particular page in the collaboration part. So let's monitor over here, left side. Okay, we'll see if it takes us to this individual pages here. Let's go to number 5. There you go. So see, I was working on Brenda's file. Okay, I was working on Brenda's file, and it immediately took me to question number 5. Which version will you tell your younger siblings? So if I were Brenda, I'd probably want to insert an audio.
Ayan. Medyo naglalag lang, no? At ang ating mga technical
Nilalabanan nung laptop ni Franco yung ano. Yan, sige, siguro, no,
Yan, sige.
while we're waiting for the video to also be reshared, para din masagot natin yung may mga questions kasi dito sa live chat natin, no, nakikita natin tungkol sa pag-redeem ng ating mga achievement codes, etc. Yan. So, again, no, para po makapag-redeem po tayo, no, we are sharing 3 achievement codes for today. No, we have already shared the first 2, and then mamaya pa rin naman po, no, pwede pa ulit natin ilagay yung link sa chat din natin, no, and it will also be part of the description nung mismong post po natin para po makapag-redeem pa din kayo kahit na late. So, again, you have to go to the Microsoft Education Center siguro. Pupunta ka sa Microsoft Education Center, pupunta ka sa profile mo, and then redeem achievement code. Tapos saan nyo makikita kung na-redeem po siya, titignan nyo po sa profile ninyo yung inyong transcript. So it will be under a custom training. Yan. So doon po natin makikita, no, kung ano yung mga na-redeem nyo na codes. Tapos yun naman pong certificate from Kaagapay, ayan, ay si Sir Franco po ang sasagot na niyan mamaya. Ayan, sige. So Sir Franco, try na ulit natin. Wala pong sound.
Yeah. Okay.
Away na kasi ni Sir Franco yung mga aso dito. Sige, maingay.
Kita natin ang mga aso ngayong araw na to.
Na hindi namin mapatahan kasi hindi namin aso yon. Yung aso na, si Ketchup nananahimik lang po siya. Yan, behave po siya. Alam niyang may webinar ngayon. Pero yung mga ibang aso sa ibang bahay,
Sabi nila
ayan.
may webinar kayo, ha?
Oo. It's time.
Makakabu-
Ganon.
Oo. Yan. So, yan. Actually, maraming nagkakaproblema tungkol dyan sa mga, sa ano na yan. No? Ako, I've recently downloaded Crisp, no? Talaga ang laking tulong nung Crisp. Later,
Yes.
magpo-post ako ng kung saan nyo pwedeng i-download yung Crisp also. Okay, Teacher Jinky, yun, yung OneNote, no? Nakita ko, sobrang ano siya, no? You have their talagang naka-organize. It really takes some
Yes.
form of organization. Hindi pwedeng makalat. Diba?
Parang
So,
in-use niya talaga yung mga materials mo, kumbaga. Yan. It becomes a good place din. Lalo na ngayon na everything is digital, di ba? Yung magsasubmit yung mga bata ng... ako, that's how I use it, no, for math. When the students submit their work, no, yung kanilang solution paper, instead of just submitting it sa assignment tab, na magiging siyang file yung image, what I do is I ask them to paste the link. I paste the image dito sa loob ng isang notebook, ng isang page, no, na ang section niya in their specific names would be quizzes. Yan. So para at least pag checkan ko siya kasi I can write over it. No, so when I use my tablet, no, then madali ako mag-check kasi pwede kang mag-write over the images. Pwede mong sulatan, no, hindi kailangan ng naka-type. So, kasi 'di ba that's also the difficulty lalo na for math teachers. Paano ko ipapakita na mali yung solution niya, 'di ba? Ano yung saan specifically yung mali? Ayan. So yun yung way natin for that. Ayan. So
ayan. Sige, try natin ulit.
susubok na ulit. Game.
Yun, hindi natin makuha ang audio.
Pa ring audio.
Hindi po kinakaya ng audio, ano? Ayan. 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 Hindi kinakaya ng audio ni Sir Franco. Ayan. Sige, try one more time.
Wala talagang audio.
Ayaw talaga. Oo.
Yan yung sasabi ko, di ba? Nagre-resist yung laptop niya eh.
Oo, kasi ng Microsoft yung piniplay niya.
Ay, nako.
Ayan. Pero sige, Teacher Jing, siguro, no, actually marami pa rin naman yung mga ano natin, habang tinatry pa rin ni Sir Franco, no. But what else can we get from OneNote aside from those na, ayan, nilalaban pa rin talaga natin ni Sir Franco. Sige, Sir Franco, kaya natin to. Yan. What else pa yung makikita natin from OneNote habang isa pa?
And then let's check
Ayan na.
if Brenda got the page. Not yet. There you go.
Ayan, may
So it
kita.
appears over here that she got the page. Now, Brenda can start working on the engage part. So let's see. Okay, now a while ago I showed you some links, right? So link pages. So we'll see if this works under Brenda's file over here. Let's see if it takes me to a particular page in the collaboration part. So let's monitor over here, left side. Okay, we'll see if it takes us to this individual pages here. Let's go to number 5. There you go. So see, I was working on Brenda's file. Okay. I was working on Brenda's file, and it immediately took me to question number 5. Which version will you tell your younger siblings? So if I were Brenda, I'd probably want to insert an audio to this question. So I will start talking. If I had younger siblings, I would probably tell or the older version, because that is, that version is the original version taught to us by our parents, and so on and so forth. So after recording, I'm going to go ahead and stop, write my name, or I'm sorry, I'm not Cint, I'm Brenda. There.
So there are different options as well as to how you would want to customize your instruction. For example, you are catering to like individualized instruction. So you can go ahead and distribute that to certain individuals. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and distribute that to, say, for example, Kenneth gets this page, and then I'm going to go ahead and distribute that to this folder over here, and so that page gets distributed to him. Other options would be group distribution. This time you would only be able to choose the group of students who will receive the notebook, which has the same set of instruction as well. Cross notebook distribution allows you to distribute this particular page to other notebooks. Say, for example, notebook for section 1, notebook for section 2, and notebook for section 3. So that's what you call cross notebook distribution. Now, you can also delete the page that you just distributed. You can also do that. And so you just need to click on delete page, go to the folder, click next over here, and then find that particular page that you recently distributed and hit delete. Say, for example, you want to delete engage over here, just click next, and then of course there is that warning that it will be permanently deleted, and then you just click delete, and then you just confirm once again, and it will continue deleting that notebook from each of the students' folder. So that is one good feature as well of the notebook. There is also a way for you to distribute this entire set of pages, okay, to one particular folder in the notebook. So all you have to do is distribute these pages, and then do these once again. Go and find that folder, for example, and then distribute all 3 pages to all students. So you can do that. Okay, there you go. So you will find here on the right side that there is this bulk distribution. Okay, so you have Explore, Big Ideas, and Engage, all distributed to a specific folder in each of the students' private notebooks. So that's basically it. All right, finally, assessments. So a while ago, you will find here in the insert ribbon, you will find here the forms that you can insert by any chance in the worksheet. So you can also do that by going over to the Insert tab and then clicking on the forms. So it opens a panel on the right side, and it shows you the different forms that you have created in that separate platform, MS Forms. So say, for example, I want to talk about, or I want to insert this quiz on introduction to world literature, for example. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that insert,
and it automatically inserts itself on there. Okay, now this particular page you can distribute again to the students by highlighting this quiz, going to the class notebook and distribute the page either to individual students, a group, or distribute this particular page to everyone in class. Okay, now here comes the limitation here. The students can answer the forms directly and then submit from this worksheet. However, I discovered that when it comes to posting the work or releasing the results, it seems that forms is unable to update or give the results if you embed it here. So that's the very limitation of a notebook. It seems that you cannot release the results on the same page. The students cannot check their scores once it's posted in this particular page. So what I did was I gave them a separate link from where they can view their results. So they have to go out of the notebook and go to forms in order to find out what their score is. So that's one limitation of the work itself. All right, so another form of assessment is when you, by any chance, give essays, for example, and you distribute a sheet to each of the students' folders. And then after that, you may want to, lock the page so that the students cannot add to the answers anymore. So that's where the review student work feature comes in. So it doesn't matter where you are in the notebook. All you have to do is go to the class notebook tab and find your review student work button and just kind of click that, right? And immediately you are directed to the right side panel where you can find, say for example, the independent work folder where you have probably your essay or your instruction sheet. And so from there, under that folder, you will be given that particular page you distributed. Okay. Now, sometimes you may give a timed essay writing, and after a particular time you want to lock it. So this is where you basically go. Just click on page locking and select all if it's for everyone, and then apply. So page locking basically works immediately as soon as you have applied it. And that means Kenneth, Jewel, Gizea, Rosendo, and LA will not be able to open that page anymore. Okay. Now, if you want to start checking the paper, then you just click on Kenneth's work, for example, and then say, for example, he has these items and he has typed in his answers here, and then you can go ahead and check his answer. You can utilize your pen, mark that in any way you can, or you can insert a sticker to affirm him of his answers. You can probably choose from this and then just go ahead and put that sticker on there. Okay. And then you don't need to go to each of the students' folders. All you have to do is to click on Jules this time, and then again do the same thing. Now you can sign it if you want, if you have strong control over your mouse. And of course, to add more to that, you can also customize a sticker. Say for example, I like a color, you can put there excellent and then done, and then okay. Alright, and then that's done, and maybe you can put that there somewhere. And then you can go ahead with Kaseya's work and do the same thing all over again. So hopefully teachers, you were able to learn something out of that mini tutorial. Thank you very much to Mr. and Mrs. Adun for inviting me over. It was a pleasure sharing my OneNote experience with everyone watching online. Thank you.
Ayan. Okay, Teacher Jinky, since sinimulan mo, no? Sinimulan mo, tapos we are, of course, led to a very detailed discussion by Miss Sin. Is there anything else that you wish to add for OneNote?
Oo, yes. I would just like no to share this one bit no lalo na para sa mga math teachers na nakagaya natin Miss Pao no. So kasi si Miss Sint no is lit no English yung tinuturo niya no. So for sure never niya pang nasubukan gamitin tong function na ito no. But this is something very exciting din no na magamit. Ayan. So kung naalala ninyo yung tungkol sa forms no na meron tayong equation no yung pwede kang maglagay ba no pwede parang nag-aayos na siya ng sagot mo 'di ba ganun yun sa forms mag-type ka ng equation tinatry niya ng i-solve now dito sa OneNote ayan I hope you can see no my browser now. So here, no, I put here, yan lang. No, nag-drawing ako ng y equals x plus 1. Yan. So, ang gagawin mo lang dito, no, meron kasing math function, no, ang OneNote. So, this one, no, I will select this. Yan. Okay, and then I will just click this button and then tinry niyang basahin. Okay, y equals x plus 1. Paano kung pangit yung sulat mo, hindi yan yung gusto mo talaga, pwede mong i-fix. Okay, pwede mong ayusin kung ano yung intended mo na function or intended mo na equation. And then now na meron na nito, you now can select an action. Yan. So gusto mo bang solve for y? Then y equals x plus 1. Automatic na yan. Gusto mo bang solve for x? Then x is equal to y minus 1. Gusto mo bang ipag-graph sa kanila? Then it will also show you a graph. Yan. So syempre the more complicated no the function would be, no the more options yung pwede nating mapakita dito. Okay? Then if you notice, balik ako dito sa solve for x natin. Ayan, meron ka pang generate no practice quiz. And then may solution steps pa. Ayan, paano ba sinolve yung x equals y minus 1? Then it becomes no a topic na pwedeng yung mga bata, no, self-guided nila siya na paano sila matututo. So may suggestion na no swap sides and then subtract 1 from both sides. Yan. And then meron nga tayo kanina no pinakita natin na pwede pa tayong magkaroon ng practice quiz. So mag-generate siya for you. Yan, sign in ka lang dapat, no? And then it will give you similar examples for this one. So again, ang daming pwede mo matry, no, as a teacher. Bigyan mo na sila ng isang function. Sige, pasok nyo dyan sa OneNote. And then we'll discuss about that next meeting. Ayun, di ba? So ganun lang kasimple, no? Yung ang daming ang tinuro na niya para sa iyo technically yung topic pati graphing pati solving mga intercepts ganyan no when it becomes more complicated kayang-kaya niya rin yun I think yun yung very advantage nung AI no nung math function natin dito sa OneNote yun lang gusto ko lang isingit yun kasi para sa mga math teachers natin, di ba? Para makita nila na, oh, pwede pala yun. Di ba? Pag, kahit tayo hindi tayo sigurado, ano ba sagot dito? Paano ba yung graph nito? Doon na lang, isulat na lang natin doon. Di ba? Yun. Pwede natin gawin yun. Ayan. So,
kahit siningit mo yan, Teacher Jinky, yung 2 minutes na yun, grabe na yun, hindi na natin makakalimutan yun. Ito yung araw na hindi natin makakalimutan. Mga bagay na, diba? Yung 2 minutes na yun eh. Sabi ko sa inyo, kung ngayon lang kayo nag-tune in, marinig nyo lang yung sinabi ni Teacher Jinky.
Hiling mo na, ang dami mo.
Okay na yun, diba?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So at this point, I'd like to call back no our speakers kanina. Yan, si si Ma'am Michelle at saka si Teacher
Yeah.
Caroline.
Yes.
Yan. So they'll be back. And then if you have questions, please retype it again. Kung meron pa kayong questions, quick Q&A lang. Kung meron pa kayong gustong malaman about Sway and about the extended features of PowerPoint. Ayan, hintayin lang natin si Teacher Caroline. Okay, yan. So, ayan, may tanong si Miss M.A. Abigan. Kahit po, I think sa OneNote to, no? Kahit po di na gumamit ng MS Math Solver,
Oo, yung for that one po, no, for that one particularly, dito, kapag sa OneNote po kayo papasok yun. Kasi, if I'm not mistaken, ini-embed na kasi nila, no, yung MS Math Solver. Nilalagay na nila doon sa OneNote. Kaya it's also already trying to give you these different options, no. Siguro kung meron lang dun, wala doon sa options na gustong ipakita or suggested ng OneNote, then maybe that's the time that that you go to the MS Math Solver.
ayan, okay. From Miss Leila Sevilla. Yan, I
Hindi pa
think sa
nasubukan.
OneNote din yung question eh. No? So, ikaw din sasagot. Ma'am,
Hindi ko pa po
rin,
nasusubukan.
pwede rin po bang
Oo.
gumawa siya ng graph based sa data na naka-table?
Ang natatandaan ko, no, from what I have studied about that one, no, kunyari po maglalagay ka ng yung mas complicated kasi naman y equals x plus 1 lang yung binigay ko, di ba? So kapag po naglagay po tayo ng mas complicated din na graph, meron din I think option ng table of values. No, so pwedeng ang workaround ninyo is ganon, di ba? Na para bang alamin niyo ano yung table of values nila, and then from there kumbaga makakapagsagot na rin ng madami, no? Kasi lahat yon yung view po na pinakita ko sa inyo, kahit yung mga bata, kaya
Kaya.
nilang may view din sila noon. Yeah.
Ayan, okay, sige. So
Ay,
anything
nawala si Miss Carol.
Oo, nawala si Miss Carol eh. Alright. Ayan, so sabi ni Teacher Angelina, no, Sir Jello, thank you Kaagapay for the demonstration on these 3 tools. It is reassuring to know that teachers have a wide range of tools to assist them in creating instructional and learning materials. Totoo nga naman yun. 'Di ba? Ikaw ba, Sir Jello? Bilang isang guro din na nagtuturo na ngayon.
Yes.
Welcome back sa school year.
Yes.
Nakaka-approve
Tama.
pa lang ng DepEd na mag-start pa lang dapat.
Pero
Pero nakakadalawang
nag-start
linggo
kami.
na sila.
Diba? Sige. Ayan, Sir Jello.
Ganda,
Ikaw.
Ang ganda ng sinabi nga ni Ma'am Angelina. So, again, teachers, what we have given or what our speakers have given are really very, mga tools na to, ito na mga minsan nandyan na sa atin eh. We just have to maximize it. We just have to tinker on that. We have to explore on that. And katulad namin, we are mind blown talaga. Kasi ang daming pwedeng gawin. Di ba? So,
Yes.
hopefully, this will help you as you prepare, di ba? As you prepare for the next school year. And ang ano lang po siguro, request ni Sir Franco, kahit wala po siya dito, wag naman daw po niyang iiwan si Sir Franco. Opo, wag naman po daw iiwan Sir Franco sa kanyang sa Google. Pero at least, again, we are here to present every option that is very much for you. Ayan, siguro, I'll go back to ito naman po na question ni Ma'am Sonia. Just want to ask kung pwede din po ba siya gamitin sa formulas and chemistry. I think this is for OneNote, or if ever, baka meron pong mga apps na sila ma'am na ma-suggest din.
Oo, I don't think so, no. For mathematics pa lang po siya. Pwede niyo po i-request sa Microsoft Voice. So, pwede niyo isulat doon na have an app for science din. Parang ganon, yung mga solving for chemistry equations din naman. Kasi, very helpful din yun, no? Yung pag in-input mo lang yung chem equation, mapapakita niya na sa'yo paano mo ibabalance. Di ba? Matututo din kung tutuusin yung mga yung mga bata how to do it. But I don't think right now, Miss Shoni, meron na.
Okay,
Yun.
ayan. So may
Yan, ito
question
maganda.
kay Miss Manolita White. So I think this is for Teacher Carol. Ano po ang 5-5-5 rule ng PowerPoint na suggested ng mga experts?
I Ayan po, yung 5-5 rule po, kailangan po dito, no more than 5 words per line of text. Tapos, 5 lines of text per slide. Or di kaya po 5 text-heavy slides in a row. Para hindi po masyadong overwhelming po sa audience once na nakita nila yung presentation. So, mas maganda po hindi po overcrowded yung ating presentation para mas madali po mabasa ng audience. Yun po yung ibig sabihin ng 5-5-5 rule po.
Agree. Yung actually familiar ako dun sa 5 words in a line, 5 lines in a slide, pero hindi ako familiar dun sa 5 text-heavy in a row. Na yun pala yun, na parang nga hindi. So, combine mo na yung mga susunod mong slides, mga images then I think. That's a new learning for all of us also. Are there any more questions, Teacher Jinky and Sir Jello? Yan. Ay, ayan, Sir Franco, kung naririnig mo kami sa backstage, sabi ni Teacher Lalibeth Dultra, more time sana sa webinar ng OneNote po. Yan. So, mukhang may ila-line up ka na ulit.
Una yata niya yung August niya.
So, mukhang meron nang gagawin si Sir Franco. Yan, sige pa, makakarating po sa kinauukulan. Ayan.
Oo. Gusto kong i-highlight yung comment ni Miss Leila, no, yung hinding-hindi po, ayan, combination kami para versatile din. I think that's what Kaagapay have been doing naman, no, for the past year already, na to show you, no, a lot of different options na pwedeng yung gawin, na pwede nating gamitin. Kasi syempre yung mga estudyante din po natin, no, may sawa factor din sila minsan. Pag tinadtad mo sila ng puro ganito, yan na naman, 'di ba? Parang ganun. At least if you will always show them something new, kahit na nagro-rotation siya, 'di ba? Para ito ulit, no. And then you will also be able to see ano pala yung nagwo-work doon sa specific na set of students mo, 'di ba? No. Kunyari, ako nakikita ko ngayon, no, parang pag meron kang students na mas okay pala sa kanila yung sway na type, tapos yung isang set of students mo PowerPoint, madaling gawan ng sway kang galing sa PowerPoint. 'Di ba? Parang ganoon, 'di ba? It becomes an option din for them, no, for the para sa estudyante pa rin naman natin talaga 'to eh. Sige, kung mag-Google, pwede pa rin, mag-Google pa din naman. Di naman ayan tiga mo, kasama ko. Diba, at least, no, nadagdagan yung options natin.
Yes.
Ano naman yung important.
Yan. So, sabi ni Sir Franco, puno na po yung August. Pero, ila-line up daw po yan ni Sir Franco. Ayan. Sama mo na rin daw po yung sway, Sir Franco. So, ayan. Alright. Ayan. Siguro, yan, this day has been very full of learnings, no? So, we'd like to thank our speakers for today. Ayan. Sir Jello?
And so we would like po to present this certificate of appreciation. So this certificate of appreciation is respectfully awarded to Miss Caroline Rose L. Kamet, for sharing her knowledge and expertise in the recently concluded webinar entitled Sparking Creativity Using MS PowerPoint, Sway, and OneNote, awarded on June 26, 2021. Signed by your administrator, si Sir Jambi, si Miss Pau, ako po, and si Sir Franco po. And the same certificate po is also given to Ma'am Michelle B. Ayuro. So congratulations po. And I believe po, sa comments lang, ang dami na pong natutunan ng ating pati po kami, marami kaming natutunan. And we're looking forward to more webinars po. Kasama po ulit kayo. So hopefully po.
Oo, si Teacher Synth na kahit nasa ibang region, nasa ibang continent.
Sabi niya panonoorin niya daw tong webinar. Syempre pagkagising niya na talaga, sabi niya, papanoorin ko yung buong webinar after. Ayan. So kung meron din tayong certificate.
Presented to Teacher Synth Carines Malbas. Yan. So thank you so much for gracing us, no. Very quick na lang, no, bago ilabas ni Sir Franco yung mga codes niya, no. Teacher Caroline, anything you'd like to leave to our audience and to our teachers?
So, good afternoon po again. So, as an educator, I think it is very important na dapat nagko-continue tayo ng learning, most especially. Dapat yung mga approaches natin talaga nandun na sa technology and innovation kasi yung technology hindi na talaga yan mawawala. Nandiyan na yan forever and talagang mag-upgrade at mag-upgrade lang yan. So, tayo as an educator, sunod tayo sa flow. Kung nag-upgrade ang technology, mag-upgrade din tayo. We have to research, conduct a research, and then try natin na gawin. Okay? Or tawag dito, natin explore yun, yung mga bagay na yun para mas magamay natin and ma-share natin sa kapwa po natin. Yun po.
Ayan, tamang-tama yung sinabi ni Teacher Caroline, no? Talagang you really have to keep on learning, no? So, syempre, yung mga kaagapay natin nandyan para ate. Ayan, Miss Michelle, how about you? Anything that you want to share with us?
Hello po. Thank you, Ms. Pau. Hello again, dear teachers. Siguro, of course, I'd like to thank Agapay Teacher Support for the opportunity to share. Hindi naman ako techie person, pero nandito ako with you, no, to share something that I just merely explored. So, maraming salamat po. Siguro, one thing I realized, no, parang kumbaga blessing in disguise, no, amidst this pandemic would be the realization, and I think I also learned this from my students, no, that the possibilities are endless. No, we are given a lot of opportunities, no, and I think we are gifted with the grace to develop more and grow more, no, as educators, all for the love of our students. So I think the invitation is for us to be more adventurous, more to explore more, no? Yung parang minsan kasi nai-intimidate tayo agad sa mga apps na to, 'di ba? Like ako sa MS Way, na-intimidate din naman ako sa MS Way nung simula eh. Not until I tried it and I explored it. So I guess that's, and today I'm also learned a lot from PowerPoint, from Miss Carol with regard to PowerPoint and OneNote. Alam niyo po, yung OneNote natin, akala ko nagka-copy-paste lang ako mula dun sa handout eh. Ngayon pala, ang dami-dami pa palang pwedeng gawin. So, nakakatuwa, no? So, and I think yun nga po, nanggagaling po lahat to sa pagmamahal natin sa mga students, no? That they deserve to the best. Because nga, feeling nila iba na yung, parang kumbaga parang ang daming limitations kasi given the situation. But with all of these innovations, parang ang dami nating na-offer sa kanila. And I'm sure that they greatly, greatly appreciate that. So there, thank you teachers. Thank you also for inspiring us, no, to learn more. Thank you.
Yan, ayun. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Maraming salamat, no? Maraming salamat, Miss Michelle and Miss Carol for this afternoon session, no? And we really appreciate lahat po ng input for today. And as requested by teachers, yes, we will have full walkthroughs of these tools na ni-request niyo po, ano? At sabi ko nga, puno na yung August because of this. So, hindi pa tayo nagsimula ng July, may nakaseta tayo for August. Okay? And as Kaagapay Teacher Support's commitment, we are always going to attend to your needs and to your requests. No? So maraming salamat. And again, Teacher Carol, Miss Michelle, thank you so much. Hopefully, this is not the last time we're going to see you here at Kaagapay Teacher Support because our community needs you. No? So maraming salamat po ulit. Okay, so we'll park na and we'll say goodbye to Miss Michelle and Teacher Carol. Maraming salamat po. Okay, we'll park them para mapagpahinga na rin po sila sa napakahabang session that they had to give us for today. At saka yung mga preparations din nila. Ano? Okay, teachers, okay, reminder lang for you to claim your certificate for the last session, which is OneNote and Class Notebook. Please log in, go to education.microsoft.com/en-us. Teachers, marami po laging nagsasabi na invalid yung link. Pagdating niyo po talaga dun sa link, teachers, nakalagay doon, page not found. It's because you have to sign in. So pagpunta niyo po dun sa page, teachers, punta po kayo sa upper right corner, click sign in, use your Office 365 to sign in, then you're good to go to redeem your codes. Okay, naturo na rin po ni Miss Jinky yan last time on how to go about that. Okay? And while, let me just change that numbers into a ticker, okay? Para bumaba po siya. No? Kasi papakita ko po, teachers, ang ating just, okay, ating July series, no? Yan. Okay. So teachers, bago po tayo mag-evaluate, no? Gusto lang po namin na i-announce sa inyo. Sa inyo po ngayon ng 156 live viewers ngayon. Kung ano what's coming up this July, okay? So we're going to start with supporting learning through formative assessments using Kahoot, quizzes, and explain everything. These are like the staple tools, no, for distance learning for many teachers. Okay, but we're going to find out that in the context of formative assessments, okay, not just like how to use it. Okay, and of course on July 10, we're going to be joined by an international speaker right from the US. Okay, we have Stephanie Rothstein for increasing and promoting student engagement in distance learning, followed by introduction to chatbot. This is something I'm excited about for our teachers because madami sa mga teachers natin gumagamit ng Facebook Messenger. Okay? So what if you can conduct an entire learning process, no, entire activity without leaving Messenger? Dun ka lang magtuturo. That will ultimately change, no, how we do things for next year. And of course, July 17, another international speaker from the US. We have Dr. Desiree Alexander. For the digital education, what it means for teachers and students. Okay, we always speak about distance learning, so what does it mean really? And of course, a complete Google Jamboard walkthrough on July 22, followed by effective management of digital classroom on July 24, then ultimate guide for Google Chrome on July 29, and creating video lessons, process techniques, and tools for July 31. Okay, so it's a pack, okay, July that should prepare us for distance learning 2.0. Okay, now teachers, let's now move to your evaluation. Okay, this has already been checked, no, kanina by my wife, Miss Jinky. Hope it works again, no. Please do let us know if it works. Okay, we're not using for now Bitly. If you notice, we've changed it to tinyurl.com/ms365 part 4 because there are some glitches now with Bitly. No? Baka hindi niyo po siya ma-access. Okay? So do let us know, teachers, if it works. Okay? So again, teachers, maraming salamat. We know it's a very long session for today, but we hope that you indeed enjoyed our session. Teacher Miss Jinky, Sir Jello, Teacher Pau, any message for our teachers, okay? As we end our June series and as we begin our July series? Go ahead, Miss Jinky.
Sige. Ako naman, no, I would just really like to thank Kaagapay Teacher Support din, no, for giving this whole month, no, for Microsoft din. Eh. Kumbaga, magkaroon din ng chance, no, na makita din ng ating mga teachers yung kagandahan din ng Office 365. Again, for more options sa kanila. So, teachers, palagi lang kami nagbibiroan, pero syempre hindi naman namin pinag-aawayan sa bahay to. 'Di ba? So, we see this as something good, no, na ang dami naming pinaplano na din, kumbaga, together, na parang inisip namin na paano na yung if we can come up with other activities, no, yung kung may kailangan bang magpapa-training din for specific Microsoft applications. Ayan. So I would also be looking forward to such. So again, thank you dahil buong buwan din ako na naisabak dito sa mga webinar na isang taon nang ginagawa ng asawa ko. So yan, thank you lang ulit sa opportunity.
Sobrang swerte namin, no, na merong Mr. and Mrs. Adon tandem, no. So talagang na-explore mo na bukas. Kumbaga yung may go-to guy na tayo. Go-to guy for Google is Mr. Franco Adon. Go-to guy naman for Microsoft is Miss Jinky Adon. O, diba? Power couple talaga. So, yan. So, for all the teachers, no, kasama nyo ako na nag-aaral ngayon. Namimili ako anong lalagay ko sa ODL playlist ko, no? Kung paano ko siya gagawin. Paano? Ang dami niya. But, with Kaagapay, you've presented a lot of options, a lot of variations, where to use it, when to use it, how to use it. And it has been very, very beneficial to all of us. So, yan. So, sobrang sobrang salamat at sinamahan nyo kami sa Microsoft series na ito. Yan, kahit alam natin na sobrang hindi tayo sanay. So, yan. Thank you so much, Miss Jinky and Sir Franco also for allowing Microsoft into your stream. Okay. Yan, Sir Jello.
Features?
Siguro,
Go ahead, Sir Jello.
Ay, sige ako, simple lang po. Tulad ng sinabi ng mga speakers natin po, we always just have to start, to try. Alam ko medyo iba, very new to any of this or to exploring technology, especially as we prepare for the next school year. But the key is just try and just explore. Magkamali man, marami tayong matututunan in the process. And as we move forward, as we move towards the school year, hopefully we will be better and we will get to know more about these particular applications. And para po sa lahat sa inyo to at para po sa mga bata. Yun lang po.
Yan, maraming salamat. No? Teachers, no, yung mga videos po ng Microsoft hanggang mamaya na lang po, no, hanggang 8 o'clock na po sila pwedeng ma-access. Tatanggalin ko na po talaga sila. Just kidding. Teachers, we will run a full team replay ng Microsoft series natin for the whole week next week. Since wala po tayong certified events no for next week, no, we have events for next week pero hindi po sila certified, wala po certificates yun. We'll be taking a rest for certificate events no for the whole week next week, pero you can have a full replay. I will open up all evaluation links of the Microsoft series from the first episode to the last episode today for you be able to accomplish the evaluation forms and get a certificate for the entire Microsoft series. Okay, so pwede po tayong mag-team replay for the week, no? Habang iniintay natin ang pagdating ng July series natin. Okay, so teachers, maraming salamat again and have a great day, have a great weekend. Again, thank you for joining us for today. Bye-bye, teachers.